Welcome here today, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daytona 500, the long-anticipated Daytona 500. We were supposed to run this race, in fact, yesterday evening. It looks like it got pushed back to tonight, but Friday night, who knows, might get more viewership that way. We'll see how it goes. First and foremost, we're going to start off with test sessions. We're going to get a test session in here. We're going to go through practice, through qualifying for the Daytona 500, and set ourselves up for the finale of Speed Weeks, the Daytona 500 itself. Full race live stream, realistic broadcast. We're going to hop right on into this. First and foremost, this is my first look at the test session on the game. Obviously, we're running as Jimmy Johnson, so I chose Jimmy Johnson for the test session. We're going all in for this Daytona 500. Yep, they fixed the issue. Thank goodness, man. I've been waiting over 24 hours to do this race, but the time has finally come. We still got to make up that Xfinity race at Charlotte, so we're going to make that up tomorrow morning. We're going to have a doubleheader, Charlotte Xfinity race, so second race for the Xfinity Series at Charlotte tomorrow morning, about 10, 11 o'clock or so, Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning, and then we'll run a Cup race tomorrow evening, which would be at Dover. And then we'll likely have another doubleheader on Sunday because we have to make up for the lost cause of the race that was supposed to be taking place today also. So we'll have back-to-back doubleheaders. First and foremost, Angel, Braden, Peyton, Holden, Starlin, Robbie, Lionette, all welcome to the stream here early on. So on to the test session. We're just going to run a few laps here, get a feel for the car. It's Daytona. Don't plan on running many test session laps. Probably about 5 laps or so. Just kind of test each line out. Look at this, all black. As you see here for Jimmy Johnson's car. Testing for the Daytona 500. Using the controller here tonight for this race and for this event. Gonna see me use the steering wheel for the first time in the Xfinity race at Charlotte tomorrow. So it'll be pretty fun. First time for NASCAR Heat 5, that is. And since I've gotten the camera too. Man, these cars feel fast, single car speed for whatever reason. I know I'm going 190. I don't know, it just feels faster for whatever reason. Alright, lap 1, test session. So this is kind of like my practice for qualifying, if you think about it. This is going to be my practice for qualifying, and then my practice for the race will be the actual practice for the Daytona 500. Maybe try to get a pack going, practice coming down to pit road in case I have a green flag pit stop to have to get through. Gonna run the 22 car in the Xfinity Series. Alright, Joshua White, welcome to the stream. DNFs are in championship mode after the update? I didn't see that. Is that true, everybody? I'm actually excited for that. We might not have a... I mean, it kind of sucks we didn't have that for the Xfinity and the Truck Series. Granted, we didn't wreck in either one of those 2 races either, so I guess it didn't matter, but... I'll have to check that out before we start the race. Recheck that tweet. Dude, if that's going to be the case, that's going to make the Daytona 500 even more interesting. Can we even last the entire 500 miles? My goodness. I know I definitely was going to race somewhat clean and aggressively, as usual. Practice multiple grooves here while we're by ourselves. Try to run the upper line this lap. Kind of get a feel for the car. The handling feels really well. It doesn't feel loose, doesn't feel tight. I think we got the balance set up for the car, so probably use the same setup for qualifying in the race as well. Look at this, we're going 196, and we're not even in a draft at Daytona. This car's got insane speed. We're a force to be reckoned with for the Daytona 500. Here today. About 0.3 of a second off for my best lap. That's not bad at all. And that was running the top too, instead of the bottom. Yeah, we've got a really fast race car. You put it in neutral, it blew up for a DNF. That's one way to test it. Well, in that case, here we go. That's going to make things a lot more interesting when we're going 3 wide middle for the lead, especially late in the race. If we make it that far. That's going to make things even more fun than what they already will. Not just for this, but for the entire season. Makes me even more excited to get this underway. Not just for the Cup Series season, but even Xfinity trucks going forward. It makes it tougher with the tough schedule I've got too. Remember the Xfinity Series, we're off to a terrible start. Finished 35th Wednesday night in the Xfinity race season opener at Daytona. Lost the draft on the final restart, and for the final 35 laps I just didn't get the caution I needed. Alright, so we're going to exit this as soon as we get to the start-finish line here. Look at my best laps there on the right of your screen. So 46.566 was the best. I ran the bottom line for the first 2 laps, the top line for the 3rd and 4th lap, and then the final lap I ran the middle line. So not too shabby there. Someone confirmed that the patch for NASCAR Heat 5 worked. I can confirm it worked simply by one thing. The patch worked because I tried testing by going into the championship mode. It wouldn't even allow me to go into the championship mode before. It would crash as soon as I would select on what championship mode I wanted to enter, whether it was a Truck, Xfinity, or Cup Series. It didn't matter which one. It was crashing either way, and it didn't crash immediately. So I would confirm that just by that alone, I would almost guarantee that it's going to work. Took me about a half hour to get the patch though, because I actually got home from the golf course like 45 minutes ago, and I was waiting to get on, but it actually took about as long to download as the actual game itself. Alright, so we're done here with the test session. We're going to hop into championship mode. See, no crash. Alright. Make sure the settings are all the same, just in case it got fluffed. 105, 100, strict yellow, single stage, quick qualifying. Yeah, everything's good to go. Alright, folks. It's Daytona 500 time. Yep, gonna check the pit speed and everything else here in practice. I'm sure it's 55 miles an hour like the truck and Xfinity races were, so it shouldn't be too bad of an issue there. Yeah, Starland, I would definitely get NASCAR Heat 5. Granted, again, the only thing I've done is the full truck race, full Xfinity race, and now the test session at Daytona. Everything at Daytona. Test session was for the Cup Series. I think it's only for Cup Series anyway, but yeah, I would definitely consider that. It's fun. I mean, the Super Speedway racing feels like it's enhanced for NASCAR Heat 4, to be completely honest. I feel like you could be more aggressive with your pushes, and not only that, the AI is even more aggressive. I mean, how many times did you guys see I was trying to pass the leader in the truck and Xfinity races, and they were flat out blocking me? Like, it was hard. It was hard to get around them. And then once I got around them, it was hard to hold on to the lead because the amount of runs that they got. Now, I have really decent lighting in the room right now, and it's simply because it's daylight outside. I think I got some rain coming in. It might get a little darker, but really sundown isn't until about 9 o'clock, and then you got about 15-20 minutes after that. So the majority of this, we're actually going to have good lighting on the camera for the lower left-hand corner of the screen. I'm not sure how the transition from day to night will go, if that will be a thing with me not having stages on for this season. We'll just have to wait and see. Again, a lot of things we need to figure out here, I guess. Got 16 people watching. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Daytona 500 will be coming up pretty soon. We just finished test session. We're just starting practice. I'll run about 7 laps here in practice. Just enough to get maybe a 3-4 lap run in. Hit pit road, change 4 tires, practice my pit stops, and maybe try to find a pack the second time out. We might get a pack forming here pretty soon. We got about 3 cars behind us. We got decent single car speed from the test session. Here in practice, it's a little tougher to tell. We got the same setup in, balanced, no custom setups. Can I do group qualifying? I will plan on doing more group qualifying other than the road courses, but for Daytona, Talladega, super speedways, there's no sense in really doing group qualifying. But like for the intermediate racetracks, I probably plan on doing group qualifying. I only did it for road courses before, because that's what NASCAR actually does on road course races. They do the group qualifying. Before COVID, obviously, when they were actually qualifying for races. Alright, so we got Michael McDowell in the draft right behind us. Can't tell who that is on the upper lane by themselves back there, but 2 cars faster than 1, so it's going to be harder for them to catch us. There is a group of about 4 cars coming out of turn 2 that might catch us if they get single filed out as well. Again, simply in practice right now, really trying to get a feel for the car. Remember, the truck and Xfinity race, I did not practice or qualify. I just hopped straight into the race. And honestly, didn't do too bad. The truck series race, truck was a little on the loose side. Xfinity race, it felt a little tighter, but it was definitely more stable than what the truck series race was. Both races, pretty good. Solid finishes in both of them, too. Even though we fell a lap down at the end of the race, losing the draft in the Xfinity race, we saw a photo finish between Josh Bilicki and Austin Hill, and Austin Hill got the win there. So we're going to have to play from behind to win that regular season championship there. Remember, no stage points, all race finishes. There's still playoffs too, so. Of course, at the Daytona 500, whoever wins will be in the playoffs to start the season. Locked in, but at the same time too, just the factor of winning the Daytona 500, especially with me running the full races for the championship mode, it'll be a lot of fun. 17 people watching now. Awesome. I'll stay out just a little bit longer here just to see if that 4-car pack catches us, get a little bit of pack practice going in instead of just this 2-car draft with me and McDowell. Oliver's Gaming Channel, welcome to the stream. Day's going by so good. So far so good here today. Shot my best 18-hole round of the season. Shot a 76 earlier, so that's pretty solid. 38 on the front, 38 on the back. I was just crushing my tee shots, and then the approach shots were all right, but the putting and chipping was awesome. So we just ran our fastest lap of practice, 45.595. McDowell took a shot to the top there for a second. Alright, so we're going to hit pit road this time. Cycle all the way back around, get up to speed, and then we'll hop right into qualifying. And after qualifying, we're going to get this Daytona 500 underway. Plus, I think with running the test session, to practice and qualifying on the races, I plan on, actually prepping for the race itself. I think it gives you guys plenty more time to get to the live stream before I actually start the race itself as we dive onto pit road. We got a few other cars coming with us. Make sure we don't speed. 55 is the speed limit. Down to 55, right on the nose. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Practice the pit stops here. Alright, no problem, Angel. Hopefully you're back by the start of the race. Comment down below. Comment down below your predictions for this Daytona 500. Who do you think is going to win? I did see before the test session that the better drivers in the game on the super speedways is Ryan Newman, Corey LaJoie, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano was at the bottom of the list, and Ty Dillon, I believe, was 4th. It seems exact out of what's happened the last couple of years on the super speedways. That seems pretty exact. The only thing that didn't seem exact was the fact that Hamlin was 3rd and Newman was 1st, and I feel like those two should have been flipped around. Maybe even Logano should have been a little higher. But as far as the top 5 in general, I'd say those are 5 of the best guys on the super speedways finishes wise. You can maybe throw Ryan Blaney in there too. Blaney's probably a little higher than what Ty Dillon. Oh, or those guys would have been. Wow, that got really tight there. Oh, look at Almirola flying up the middle. We're just in practice and about had a big one. Big accident there. That was very dangerous, so we'll have to keep an eye on that coming off of pit road during the race, trying to file in line. It's a lot more difficult. AI doesn't want to check up like they did on any of the prior NASCAR heat games. Alright, that's enough practice. We got 7 laps in. There you take a look on the right hand. 45.5 fastest lap, and of course 6 and 7. We went into the pits on lap 6, came out on lap 7, so that's why those were the 2 slowest laps. But we got quick. Each one of the first 5 laps was we were getting faster and faster, so that's pretty good. On to the next session. So on to qualifying. Quick qualifying. 1 lap. Let's see what kind of a lap time we are going to have. 1 lap to try and sit the pole for the Daytona 500. Hey Stark Light, welcome to the stream. Try to get up to speed here quickly with Jimmy Johnson. We're going to jump to the outside through turns 3 and 4, carry as much speed off of turn 4 as we can, and hook a left down towards that double yellow line once we get to the tri-oval on the front stretch. Nice and steady. Turn 4, trying to gain as much time as we can here. All the way down to the bottom, 1 lap. We're just going to run 1 lap here in qualifying. We're going to see what we've got. And where we will start for the Daytona 500. And once I get to the green flag of the Daytona 500, the realistic broadcast will start as usual. So hopefully you guys will have a lot of fun with that. Boss Lady, welcome to the stream. 18 people watching here, just about to get the Daytona 500 away. We're coming off of turn 4 for qualifying. Jimmy Johnson, final Daytona 500. A drive for an 8th championship starts tonight in the 500 at the line. 46.554. And we qualified 37th. So it looks like qualifying is not picked up from NASCAR Heat 4 to Heat 5. We didn't finish last though. But we're right at the back. Blocks, welcome to the stream. See if anybody else joined the stream since qualifying started. Doesn't look like it. That's in the chat. But yep, NASCAR Heat 5. I'm ready. So 37th. Let's see who's on the pole for the 500. Brendan Gaughan, everybody. Brendan Gaughan is on the pole for the Daytona 500. And Ty Dillon, outside pole. Corey LaJoie, Denny Hamlin, row 2, starting 3rd and 4th. So Brendan Gaughan on the pole. For the Beard family there. Well, folks, if you're just tuning in or you already have been tuned in since the start of the stream, the time has come. It's Daytona 500. It's Daytona Day on NASCAR Heat 5 on the channel here today. And it's going to be a fun one. 500 miles, 200 laps. This is going to be awesome. Got the water set to go. Got the Daniel Bryan look going on. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, I've gotten comments about looking like Ryan Blaney, and it's funny that Ryan Blaney's my favorite driver. My mom The only difference is I have the beard, and Blaney doesn't necessarily have the beard. But between the hair and wearing the hat, like I guess we look alike. I don't know. I don't see it outside of maybe the hair and the hat, and that's about it. But my mom said that. I think my uncle said that. My uncle, I don't even know if he knew that my favorite driver was Blaney. He was at the house before we left to Tennessee last week, and he was like. It's like, yeah, he's like, you kind of, it's like, you kind of look like Ryan Blaney. It's the first thing he said to me, not like, hey, how's it going? It's like, man, you look like Ryan Blaney when you came around the corner over there. So I don't know if my mom told him to say that or I just thought that was kind of funny. All right, we're going to hop into this. Down to business. Here we go. 62nd annual Daytona 500. Brendan Gaughan again on the pole. Ty Dillon second. Row 2, Corey LaJoie, Denny Hamlin. Christopher Bell going to the rear. So is Michael McDowell for this race. So it looks like we're actually going to start 35th instead of 37th like we were originally expected. So here we go. Daytona 500 about to get underway. 500 miles, 200 laps. Who will win the Great American Race, the opening race of the season, and the most prestigious race in NASCAR? The green flag is in the air. The 62nd running of the Daytona 500 is underway, and the chase for 8 for Jimmy Johnson on this season will also be underway. Martin Truex Jr. didn't take off on the initial start on the inside. He gets freight trained a little further back, outside lane, checking up a little bit through 1 and 2. Already 3 wide, barely squeezing to the inside of Keselowski in the 2. And already racing for about 30th. A very good run on the inside and down the back straightaway. 3 wide again, taking it to the bottom. Harvick got a little bobbly going into turn 3. He loses ground in the middle lane, and we are hauling on the bottom with Quinn Houff right behind us as we are in line, pushing the back bumper, the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto. Lap 1 in the books, and because the track map is covered right now, you can't tell exactly who led the first lap of the season. Already intense from the get-go, knowing that DNFs are likely on for championship mode as well. Chastain gets loose in the center of the corner, makes a great save. Hopping out of the middle lane. William Byron fading back slightly. Right to his back bumper as the Hendrick teammates working together. Quinn Houff got shuffled, looked like more towards the outside, I believe. We're able to hop in line right in front of Chastain again. We just got shuffled all the way to the outside all of a sudden. How quickly that came about. To the back bumper of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's had great success on super speedways in the past. How will he do today? Intense pack racing, mid-pack of course. Oh, slamming door to door with the 8 of Tyler Reddick. Right in the center of the corner, down the back straightaway. 4 wide, mid-pack, slight contact with the 24 of Byron. Ping-ponging off of the 8 of Tyler Reddick. Very intense in the opening laps of the 500. Everybody wanting to get to the front as quickly as they can. Car's a little more out of shape seemingly. Newman lost a little ground, had to check up because Chase Elliott in the 9 fell back in the middle lane. Things are getting a little more spaced out as we are working our way through the pack now. Back to the bottom again, 3 wide, right on that left rear corner panel of Chastain. A big side draft there. Going to try to pull him back again down the back stretch. We should have the run into the bottom lane on turn 3, and we will clear him easily. Oh man, we tried to slide up and we slid right into the 88 of Bowman. Off of our teammate there for a second as well. Fastest lap of the race early on, in line now behind Denny Hamlin. Tim Lambert, welcome to the stream. Yep, I'm definitely glad the game got fixed, that is for sure. Not a lot of help on the bottom lane, at least for right now. Back to the inside of Denny Hamlin once again. The stability of the Cup cars comparative to the Xfinity and even the other truck cars outside of us. Oh, very loose off of turn 4. Contact was made with the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto. So he kind of slid back up the track again. And now DiBenedetto tried to throw a block on us and we weren't having it. He just sandwiched us in between us and Austin Dillon. A lot of contact early on, and not just with the bump drafting. Very aggressive racing in the early going of the Daytona 500. Knowing that this is a long race, to go ahead, trying to get to the front of the field as quick as possible. Slicing and dicing our way into the top 10 already. Inside of Matt Kenseth, and a big push to the back bumper of Ryan Preece off of turn 4. As the top 4 all running single file, 44.228 that last time. Hanging Ryan Preece in the 37 out to dry, in line, now behind Corey LaJoie. We started road 2 in this one. Look at the massive run. 209 miles an hour is what we hit at one point down the backstretch. Hopping in front of LaJoie now. Kind of fell a little too far behind us. Was hoping he was going to follow us to make the move. Brendan Gaughan, the pole sitter, still in the lead. He might have very well led every lap so far in this race. It's not impossible. Daniel Suarez is in the mix up here. Remember, he missed the Daytona 500 and the dual race after crashing out there. But he is in it here today on NASCAR Heat 5 to try and get the win, perhaps. Big side draft on the 20, a little too big. A little contact was made. Bobby Carter gets shuffled out of line, the generated driver in the Cup Series here. 3 wide up the middle now for second place. Here comes Suarez on the bottom with help from behind from the 20 as we about got hooked. Carter might have slid into the wall there after the contact we made, about getting sandwiched again. How intense do we want to get in the very beginning of this race? Almost too intense up to this point as Daniel Suarez leads the field in the Daytona 500. But we have seen incredible action in the first 10 laps of the race already. 3 wide to the bottom. Big run for Eric Jones to try and take the lead from another fellow Toyota driver. Big side draft from Corey LaJoie on the top there. We couldn't quite clear him off of turn 4. And now a push from Bobby Carter now from behind. Jones will lead the lap at the line on Suarez. Another lead change in the early going of the 500. 22 people watching currently. Thank you for everybody tuning in. The record was for the truck race as we got a little tight getting into the corner. Car really steps out on us from time to time. Very hard to hold the corner. Sometimes it's loose, sometimes it is tight. But when running speeds of almost 210 miles an hour, 2 and 3 wide, even 4 wide we saw once already in the 500 today. It makes sense on why that is the case. Jimmy Johnson looking for his first lead of the season, his final season in the NASCAR Cup Series as we try to get him a championship. Eric Jones still leading as the top 2 have kind of slowly pulled away from the pack behind as we try to make the move on Eric Jones. To the back bumper, bump drafting now in the center of 1 and 2. Really want to lead that first lap of the race. Started back in 35th, qualified 37th. We had a couple drivers going back to the rear of the field at the very beginning. Kind of a single file line in behind us. A little loose moment off of 4 again. But Daniel Suarez is closing the gap finally. On in line behind us. Everybody battling from about 4th on back, side by side, with the top 3 all single file in line and quite a ways ahead of the pack. All kind of working together right now. As badly as we want to try to take the lead, Ryan Preece has a big run coming from behind. I believe he's got Bobby Carter in line behind him on the inside. They are tandeming. They got about 4 cars in line behind him. Suarez trying to get to our back bumper as Preece is trying to get closer to Suarez's back bumper. Jones has led about 5 laps in a row now. Nathan Frago, welcome to the stream. Suarez giving us a very big push. Trying to get that clean air instead of staying in the draft of Jones. And now that we've gotten down the back straightaway, we're going to hop in the draft again. Kind of slightly pulling away from Suarez. About 43 to 46 lap is the pit road window, or the pit window for tonight's Daytona 500. Now to the inside of Eric Jones for the lead. Jimmy Johnson looking for his first lead of the season and the first lead in the Daytona 500. Suarez will help with the push. Jimmy Johnson to the lead for the first time tonight in the Daytona 500. It'll be lap 15 at the line. Will it be an official lead change? And how much of a run are we going to see the AI get here in the Cup Series cars now? Jones really trying to side draft the inside as much as he can. Jimmy Johnson to the lead for the first time here tonight in the 500 with the crowd on their feet as we look to get Jimmy his 3rd career Daytona 500 victory. Help now on the outside for Eric Jones. He's got a couple cars lined in behind him. Looks like Matt DiBenedetto in the 21. 3rd in line looks like Ty Dillon on the outside. We'll see if more cars will form in behind them. Some great super speedway action all speed weeks long in the Truck and Xfinity Series race. I would have to assume we're going to see more with another great finish here to the Daytona 500. Hopefully we can stay in the lead draft the entire race this time, unlike the Xfinity race. King, welcome to the stream. Johnson getting quite a ways out ahead off of turn 2. Suarez and Jones. DiBenedetto pushing the back bumper of Eric Jones right now. Doing a great job controlling both lines for now. Granted, we've only led 1 lap in this thing. 2 laps rather, but we'll see. They start to get 3 wide, which DiBenedetto tried to take it 3 wide, but really didn't have enough help. And that is slowing the inside lane down. Suarez tried to pull a block out on Eric Jones. Couldn't quite clear him, had to stay on the bottom. Here comes the run for Jones in the middle lane again. Alex Bowman working his way into the top 5, Hendrick Motorsports teammate. Maybe we can get the 88 and the 48 together, and here comes Alex Bowman with a darty move up the middle, trying to take it 3 wide for 2nd place. Suarez clears him, as Eric Jones now leads the top line near the wall. Suarez trying to control all 3 lines down the backstretch behind us. Ryan Preece getting a good jump in the center of Bowman, trying to side draft at the same time. Eric Jones is trying to side draft on the top side. All 3 lines in check so far. Almost 20 laps in the books. And here comes Bowman up the middle. Lane is held off for now. Take a look at how the tires are holding up through the first 17 completed laps in the 500 tonight. And here comes the run. Suarez to the bottom of the track. No way. I'm trying to block him there. Right in line now behind Suarez is where we will fall. Preece to our back bumper. But who will lead the lap at the line? Big run for Johnson again. A big side draft in the center of the corner at the line. Suarez leads the lap. Another lead change. But not for long. Here comes Blaney in the mix. Caution for the first time tonight as Jimmy Johnson just took the lead. Yep, tomorrow will be the Xfinity race at Charlotte, and we will run a doubleheader because we got to make up for the lost cause of not running any races yesterday or so far today, because we were supposed to have the 500 yesterday and then Charlotte, so we got to make up. We'll probably have doubleheaders the next 2 days. I didn't plan on doing that many for Heat 5, but we fell behind early with the game mishap. See if anybody's going to duck onto pit road here. Looks like Kyle Busch at the rear of the field will hit pit road. Might as well while you're already back there. Top off on fuel, probably 4-tire stop. Mr. Pizza, welcome to the stream. So Jimmy Johnson will lead the field to the green. First restart of the race following the first caution on lap 18. The green flag is back in the air. Lap 22. Should say first caution was on lap 19, not 18. Jimmy Johnson with a great jump on the restart, almost too great, getting way out in front of the field. It's technically another lead change under caution, because remember, Suarez led the lap before the caution came out. We had taken the lead as the caution had come out as well. Still a big jump here. Side by side for now. A little loose off of turn 4. Here comes Suarez to the bottom, to the top. Able to block the run. He was coming quickly. Remember, we got out way ahead of him. Chris Buescher to the outside. And here comes Joey Logano up the middle. Trying to hold Buescher back. 3 wide for second. Here comes the 22 of Joey Logano. On the top side. Look at the run he's got. No way of blocking it. Trying to side draft and hold his lane back. Joey Logano way out ahead. An unbelievable run and all by himself as well. And now we're getting split 3 wide up the middle. A push now from Ryan Preece to the bottom. And Logano, though, kind of got hung out of line. Oh, no. Middle lane closed up very quickly. Suarez back to the lead, and Logano wasn't even quite able to lead a lap. Despite making that run by himself, he got way too far out ahead, had no drafting help, and that costed him his chance to lead his first lap of the race. Ty Dillon blocking us like crazy right now as we try to get to his inside. Unbelievable blocking here from Ty Dillon. So he's trying to keep the run. Is Dillon going to get to the inside of Suarez? Not quite. Ross Chastain right on our back bumper. Almost like a 4-car tandem right now. Oh, Suarez hopped right in front of Dillon. Dillon checked up, and we got into the back of Ty Dillon. We're able to get to second place. Suarez really checked up that line with that late block. Ty Dillon was able to hold onto his car, but he's going to quickly fall outside of the top 5. Chastain with the push from behind. Next race in the Cup Series will also be tomorrow. We will run at Dover. Dover will be the next race. And I believe that's the only time we go to Dover on the season as well. So, yep, Dover is the next race. Yeah, they are definitely a lot more aggressive and smart. That is for sure. And I think that's why we've had such a tough time trying to get to the lead and hold on to the lead for more than 5 laps. Hopefully that improves also going forward. Obviously, again, we've only ran Daytona in all 3 series. We'll find out tomorrow when we run the Xfinity at Charlotte and the Cup at Dover. 2 very different racetracks. One more of a shorter track. 1 mile in length, the other an intermediate cookie cutter 1.5-mile track. So be interesting to see how that will be going forward. Suarez has the lead. You can tell this 48 car's faster, but the clean air a big factor here unless you can get help from behind. which obviously at Daytona, very good chance he can have that happen. You can see how singled out the inside line is right now. We're really able to work multiple grooves. You saw Logano take the lead for a quick moment on the top before getting freight trained after getting the lead because he got so far in front. As soon as we pull out a line on Suarez, the run dies off. We're not quite able to keep it. I think this is going to make for a fun championship season. Again, remember the playoffs are stacked. You don't want to talk about playoffs too early in the season in the Cup Series, with it being much longer, and of course it's the Daytona 500. But do remember, every win matters. Trying to get these playoff points with no stages, and the fact that the playoff schedule is so stacked against me. Here comes the push from Ross Chastain. It looked like we were probably going to get around Suarez ourselves there as we finally got a good side draft, worked our way around him. But Chastain's push definitely did help as they side draft each other for second, slowing each other down, allowing Jimmy Johnson to get quite a big lead through turns 3 and 4 as they kind of close the gap again. Another lead change at the line though. Jimmy Johnson back out in front for the third time already in the early going of the race. Almost 30 laps in the books. The only driver to hit pit road so far was Kyle Busch under the first caution, which had come out on lap 19 10 laps ago. Other than that, all 39 other drivers have yet to hit pit road. And we are about 20 laps away from green flag pit stops. Cup race tomorrow, I'm not sure exactly what time. The Xfinity race will be about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, of course. The Cup race, I'd like to start at later afternoon hours, if at all possible, like 3, 4 o'clock-ish. It just depends on when the Xfinity race gets done. And obviously, I'll let you guys know during the Xfinity race for sure what time we're going to start the Cup race. But I'm sure in the Cup, I just know we're going to try to get a doubleheader in tomorrow. We got Paul Menard, Ross Chastain right around us here. 3 by 3 back through the middle of the pack. Suarez really lost a lot of ground on the top. Oh, just able to block the Benedetto, but we could not get the car to turn to the bottom in time. And the Watermelon Man, Ross Chastain, to the lead in the Daytona 500. Push now for Matt DiBenedetto. Racing for the Wood Brothers. Of course, as you guys have seen in real life this season, now seeing it on NASCAR Heat 5. Cole Custer, rookie. Perhaps underperformed most of the year in real life in the Cup Series, coming off of his career best finish. A top 5 in the Brickyard 400 last week, and currently running second in this Daytona 500. Anybody can win at Daytona, though. Oh, Newman looked like he wanted to pull up in front of us. Couldn't clear us. Big side draft pulling him back there. Really trying to pull him back. Chastain's going to lose the bottom now and likely going to lose the lead to Cole Custer. So he tried to draft off a Chastain on the top side. 3 wide behind us. Corey LaJoie gets put back in the middle lane as we make a huge, drastic move to the bottom to try and get underneath Newman. 3 wide through the tri-oval. Custer to the lead. Gaining a lot of subs. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for everybody supporting, of course. If you're new to the channel and watching this one, you enjoy NASCAR, we got realistic commentary for full NASCAR Heat 5 now. Races on the daily on the channel, so subscribe if you are willing to enjoy that. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the broadcast so far and or the race so far in the Daytona 500. We got a long season to come through, 36 races, custom schedule here. It'll be a lot of fun for all 3 series, might I add, custom schedules. And we're only 1 race in at Daytona in each of them after this one here tonight. Oh, big crossover there on Custer. He went high to block us, tried to get to the bottom, just couldn't quite get under him. And look at Keselowski trying to work the top side of the racetrack. He's got about 3 or 4 cars in line behind him. Now he's going to give us a push. A massive push. Restarted in last on the last restart. And from last place, he has gotten to the top 5 in about 13 laps. We're going to hop in line right in front of him. Busch trying to win his first career Daytona 500, along with Keselowski, who is in 4th to the outside of him. Ty Dillon still staying in strong. Oh, yeah, it does say NASCAR Heat 4. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't even think about changing that. Yeah, I'll change that to Heat 5 as soon as I can. Thanks for pointing that out, Mr. Pizza. It's unfortunate there, Holden. Hopefully you can make it back by the end of this Daytona 500, but if you can't, see you tomorrow at Charlotte. Right on the back of Cole Custer. He's led a few laps in a row now. We'll see if Kyle Busch can get close enough to us, give us the push. There are two JGR Toyotas behind us, Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. Truex, of course, trying to win his first super speedway race, of course, meaning his first Daytona 500. So a lot of drivers up here at the front. Bubba Wallace in 5th. Various drivers who have not won the Great American Race. A couple drivers that haven't won any races. Justin Haley now into the top 5. He's won at Daytona already. The July race last season, rain shortened, but a win is a win in the Cup Series. Big side draft on Custer. You could see the move was very drastic. Trying to get the help needed as Custer tries to side draft us in the center of the corner. Truex actually jumped to the outside to help him, so that's why Custer was able to stay with us for a brief moment. Johnson back to the lead, and Kyle Busch up to 2nd place. Great teamwork there. And now the 19 hops in line behind the 18. They might work together if they can get singled out ahead of the outside lane right now. It's a very good possibility of that. Would not be surprised. Truex kind of hops out of lane for now. Looking to go 3 wide. Look at the run Custer's got on the very top of the track. Going to stall the lane out for now. Truex doing a little side drafting as well. And back to the bottom. Bubba Wallace pushing the 41 of Cole Custer. On the very top lane of the racetrack, they got about 3 or 4 more cars behind them. It looks like Keselowski, I believe Ty Dillon a little further back. That outside lane has really worked quite well here tonight. The middle lane as well. You're seeing all 3 lanes work very cohesively as a unit so far. The one lone caution of the race, not sure what it is. Remember, DNFs are on for the championship mode. So likely it was a single car incident that brought out the first caution almost 20 laps ago. This will be the longest green flag run of the race once we get back to the start-finish line. In the early going, Busch to the bottom. You got a little wiggly there. I was going to make a late dive to try and block him as we just fit to the inside in front of Bobby Carter. He gave us a massive push to stay with the 16 of Haley. Haley had to check up. Big run coming. Kyle Busch to the lead for the first time tonight, but quickly trying to get the lead back on Johnson. A little side draft, a little too aggressively as we made a slight bit of contact. Side by side, Haley with the push. Jimmy Johnson to the lead. Haley pushed us out in front. Let's go for the moment into turns 3 and 4. Oh, didn't hold the bottom lane very well at all there. And here comes Justin Haley now to the lead. Bobby Carter, though, with another great push. Haley doesn't get too far much out ahead, trying to block. We're going to get to the outside. Big side draft now. Carter goes up high as well, and now ducks back to the bottom, trying to get in line behind him, but the lane closed too quickly. We are hung out. Here comes Kyle Busch once again. He's going to give us a push down the backstretch, and a little scrape off the wall, in fact. In line behind Michael McDowell, still can't get to the bottom. Kevin Harvick in the picture for the lead for the first time tonight. Maybe had a shot to get behind David Reagan there. He couldn't quite do it. Oh, wow. McDowell left the middle lane open. Busch decided to follow us, and now we're 3 wide through the tri-oval. Barely clearing McDowell, but here comes Busch, but back to the bottom instead in front of Suarez. I prefer the bottom over any other lane, but both, or I should say all three lanes are working. Contact with Harvick. Big run on David Reagan. A lot of times we have set contact here tonight early on. Up to third again. Guess with this being a generated driver, this is the first career race for Bobby Carter. And he's up towards the front of the Daytona 500. Caution is out on lap 41, second caution of the race. We were about 10 laps away from our green flag stops. You're going to see likely everybody pit here. Looks like Kyle Busch is going to stay out, keep the track position. He can go about another 30 laps or so on fuel, compared to roughly the full 47 that the rest of the field will go after we come out of the pit. So Kyle Busch on a little different field strategy here. He's going to choose to stay out. It'll probably work for him. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Going to repair any damage we have to the race car and get back out there. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. Yeah, with DNFs in the game, I know we should probably be more patient, but I got to say it's so entertaining with the pack racing in this game. We're being very aggressive, but I know I could be more aggressive. I'm not holding back much, but I am holding back a little bit for now. Try not to cause the big one, of course. Green flag back in the air here at Daytona. 3 wide up the middle already. Kyle Busch kind of, jumping in front of us, slight contact with Justin Haley. More contact now with Kyle Busch. David Reagan in line behind us, really trying to side draft and stall the inside line out. Look at the side draft in the center of the corner. More contact. Battling for the lead in the Daytona 500. Here comes David Reagan with a push. Towards the end of the backstretch, can we clear Busch into turn 3? Not quite. And Reagan gave us the push. Busch with another big side draft on the bottom. Can we stall the lane out? No. Kyle Busch holds on. Aiden Rowland, welcome to the stream. And now Busch leaves the bottom lane. He leads the lap. Here comes Harvick now with the big 3-car tandem on the outside. Dead even as we stay in line behind Kyle Busch, trying to help him. And it's basically just the 2 cars on the bottom. Harvick stays hooked with us. Now to the back bumper of Suarez. Busch trying to get the middle lane to work. We're trying to get the bottom. Harvick still trying to follow us, and Harvick with another aggressive push. 3 wide for second into 3. Carter still trying to control the top lane. And here comes Harvick to push the 48 of Johnson to the lead off of turn 4. Another lead change is what it's going to look like here. We're going to lead the lap, but now Harvick pushes us, hangs us out to dry. He wants the lead now. He couldn't quite clear us, though, and now Daniel Suarez with a push on the top side. Let's go. More side drafting. Harvick, clear again. McDowell trying to lead the bottom lane. We're going to hop in front of him. Harvick on the top side. We led the last lap too, so it wasn't an official lead change for Kevin Harvick. The cars seem to be super loose. I think it's just the stability itself of the race car with the higher speeds in the Cup Series versus the other 2 series. I think that's why you're seeing more instability, because it's not just for us, it's for the rest of the AI as well. I thought Hamlin was going to take it 4 wide there. Here comes Harvick on the very top again as we go to stall the lane. And they are 4 wide for second place. How are they going to make it? Contact between the 34 and the 11. Almost a big accident. 4 wide into the tightest area of the track into turn 3. Both between there and the tri-oval, the 2 tightest areas. Very loose, trying to block all 4 lanes when we move too drastically. As we did there, we're able to hold on to it. I don't know how they made it into turn 3 that last lap. Unbelievable racing here today. Almost a quarter of the way home already in the Daytona 500. Feels like we just got started. Race is flying by. Matt DiBenedetto trying to lead towards the top lanes. We're going to alternate through the cameras for the first time here in the Daytona 500 and for the season in general for the Cup Series. We ride along now with the onboard camera inside this Chevrolet Camaro. Inside line prevailing for now. Almost left it open for Michael McDowell to take the lead, but not quite. In upper lanes, still kind of stalling each other out. Look at Suarez going up the track to side draft the 21 of DiBenedetto. And Denny Hamlin, got to watch out for him. He's in line on the inside behind Michael McDowell, third in line total, given the fact that we're leading with the 48 car right now. He'll step out in the exit of 4, able to cut down in front of McDowell again. Cole Custer in that Haas Automation number 41 car. Oh, jumps drastically to the middle. Here comes McDowell getting the push from Hamlin. One block high, one block down to the inside. Very lucky. Usually you can block once, but the second time, very rarely you can pull it off. But we have enough room to get it done there. Oh, loose off of turn 2. A big step out. Just able to stay in front of the 34, who is moving all over the place to try and pass us. But now the outside is clogged. Hamlin looked to be there for the moment. Here comes DiBenedetto. Just clear to the inside. DiBenedetto back to the top again. Able to block him off of turn 4. Very intense again. Oh, yeah, it was only a matter of time before we were going to lose the lead there. The point. Oh, wow, DiBenedetto gave us a shot. We got loose. We're still loose. Trying to save it. Back around the big one at Daytona. Through the middle of the pack. Coming off the ground. Caution is out. Bobby Carter's involved. Slamming door to door through the grass. The car lifted up off of the air there a little bit. DiBenedetto gave us a shot off the top side, off of turn 2. Very fortunate to make it through there with not a lot of damage. Multiple cars involved in the middle of that pack. Newman is pitting. Bowman is pitting. Only 2 seconds of damage that we will repair. Might as well pit for 4 fresh tires while we're at it. We are very fortunate to make it through there without a lot of damage. We spun quite a bit, but I don't think we really got hit by many cars. I don't think that's why we, or I should say, I think that's why we didn't have a lot of damage there, as we probably should have. I'm not gonna lie, that scared me a little bit. As soon as I was trying to hang on to it, but we were so loose and we were already 3 wide, and once I made contact with, I believe it was Carter, to the inside of us, around we went. Already seeing the big one, a big stack up down the back straightaway. Staying full throttle. Look at the major stack up in the amount of ground that we're able to gain going into turn 3. Up to the middle lane now. Look at this massive run for Jimmy Johnson. Almost a wreck there. Gunn and Blaney got together. And 1 lap from 39th to 21st on the restart here in the Daytona 500, following the second caution of the race and the first big one we have seen today. And I guess why not, to make it harder, we'll keep the 5-second clock on. Luckily with the 2 seconds of damage, again, we were able to repair the damage. without it being more than 5 seconds. If it was more than 5 seconds, we wouldn't have repaired it. 4 wide all of a sudden. Didn't know how we got there. More contact. And I don't know how we made it through there like we did. Oh no, Almirola work out turn, trying to block us below the double yellow line. We are there, still 4 wide, gotta come back onto the racetrack. No room, still more contact. Bouncing off one another. Priest is gonna make it through it. Losing a lot of spots, all the spots we gained going forward, we somehow made it through. Oh my goodness. A lot of great saves that were thrown in there by a lot of different drivers. Now to the back of John Hunter Nemechek. Slasher God, welcome to the stream. Joey Gase in the 51 car that we're drafted behind. All the spots we gained on the restart, we about lost to every single one of them. Fading back through the pack again. Jacob Westbrook, we are not running the stages for this season. So no stages for any of the series. For the first season, second season, we will do stages and we'll run the regular schedule. How we have only had one big one today, I have no clue. And how we made it through it with not a lot of damage and only 2 seconds that we were able to repair it underneath the 5-second clock. I don't know how we did that either. Oh, Ty Dillon tried to block us. He is very loose. Great save by Ty Dillon down the back straightaway. 209 miles an hour again down the edge of the backstretch into turn 3. Very aggressive blocks by the AI. Really want to get out of the middle of this pack as much as we can. Timmy Hill lost a lot of ground after we got to the inside side draft and really pulled him away from the 10 car of Almirola in front of him. 00 Quint Houff is going to give us a push now. We're going to sneak on by. Didn't mean to change the camera there, sorry for that. The back of Almirola. A bump trapped in the center of the corner. Oh wow, Chase Elliott really sucked us back with that side draft off our right rear. Go back up. Tried to get it on him and look at us slowing him back down again. To pull up in front of our Hendrick Motorsports teammate. Almirola lost a lot of ground on the bottom once we stepped out of line. Get around him that way because the bottom wasn't working very well, and now he pulls us right back, so I guess we couldn't clear him there. Just over 60 laps complete the Daytona 500 today. Three wide middle. Truex gets hung out of line. You've seen how unstable the cars have been today. Oh, I think we just blocked Truex into the wall. Maybe didn't quite have him cleared. And all over the back bumper of Almirola and the Smithfield Ford once again. Big run to his inside. Clearing him barely off of 4. The Benedetto is there again. It's Chad Fincham in the 49 car. Back up the middle. Oh man. Maybe it wasn't the wisest move to do that. There wasn't really any room. Oh, wow, the 21 moves to 34. And he's still loose. to give him a shot down the backstretch, trying to get him going in the right direction again. Michael McDowell was all over the place and out of control there. Finally able to get down in front of the 10 of Almirola. It has been intense since the drop of the green flag here in the Daytona 500 so far. Here today, as we'll go back to the normal cam. Currently, outside stacking up. Going into turn 1. The big stack up by the top side. You can see the run we're getting up here. Mid-pack even, it's definitely working. Don't really have anybody behind us though. Blaney got checked up behind Bobby Carter again. The 17 Gaming, welcome to the stream. Cindy Duncan Gaming as well, welcome to the stream. Not a lot of help on the outside anymore like there was a couple laps ago. Oh boy. Really wanted to... a little kiss there with Almirola, but we are still getting freight train. We cannot get back to the bottom of the track, but here comes Blaney on the top. More cars stacking up behind us on the top side. So you can see the run we got to the back bumper. Bobby Carter tries to handle the push, and Almirola hops in line behind, or in front of Carter, behind Denny Hamlin. Big side draft on the 8 of Tyler Reddick. He's kind of stalled out for right now. And finally back to the inside. There's not enough cars in the upper lane for right now, at least. There was, and it looked like we were going to get more cars again. There were definitely enough behind us, just not enough in front of us. These drastic moves to gain as many spots as we can. Down the back straightaway that last lap. Day's going by so far so good, Jacob. Thanks for asking. Going by even better now that we are finally getting this Daytona 500 underway. More than underway. Almost 70 laps complete already. Inside checked up. Kind of hopped out of line there. Didn't want to run into the back of McDowell too hard. Now we got loose center of the corner. 4 cars. Oh, look at the run down the back straightaway. McDowell just moves up to control the outside, just giving us the bottom there. Look at this run. 44.266. That last lap, 228. 44.228 is our fastest lap ever here at Daytona so far. Of course, with this being the first Cup race here, the fastest lap of the day will constantly be our fastest lap ever in the Cup Series at this racetrack. Side draft on Boyer, and we did it perfectly there. Perfect side draft on Boyer. We got close to him again like we've seen today, but no contact. You make contact, it just stalls the run out too much. And obviously going these high of speeds, you risk wrecking while making contact, especially if it gets into the center of a corner or through the tri-oval. Couldn't quite clear him though. We didn't have enough help on the top by that point. The inside of Boyer, couldn't get down in line quick enough, and that will move Jimmy Johnson back up to second. So we are coming back to the field after getting involved in the big one, but only 2 seconds of damage, so we didn't get to the 5-second damage clock, even though we have DNFs now supposedly here in NASCAR Heat 4 championship mode. Still going to leave that 5-second clock on just to up the difficulty even more than what it already is. To the inside of the 16, almost came together trying to side draft one another. Haley still leads the lap. Boyer now with the push. And hopefully we can get Jimmy Johnson back to the lead officially this time by. We'll have 70 laps complete this time by as well. Varying pit strategies right now. Kyle Busch can go just a little bit longer, but I think Kyle Busch is going to have to hit pit road in about the next 5 laps. More than 5 more laps on fuel. Remember, he stayed out under that second and last caution we had. Or sorry, no, we've had, yeah, my bad. We've had 3 cautions today. The one we were involved in was the last caution. So yeah, we've had 3 cautions on the race today. Sorry for that. Two in which we did not see what happened, and then 1 big one. Yeah, oh man, more of a bobble. We bobbled once, so we bobbled again off of turn 4, just kind of completely missing the inside. Harvick going to give us the push, but top 2 of Boyer and then De Benedetto. 2 Fords will easily get around us. De Benedetto trying to go for the lead, but so is Jimmy with the push from Harvick. 3 wide for the lead into turn 1. No contact made. Trying to make it a clean pass. Can't clear him. Harvick with the push, and now clear. A 3 wide pass for the lead, and the 500 for Johnson, with Harvick and Keselowski all lined up on the inside right behind us. They transferred to hold the inner and middle lanes down the backstretch. Even the outside of Boyer kind of got held up a little bit. Keselowski stays on the top. Harvick dropped down to the bottom in the center of the corner. And here comes Brad Keselowski looking for the lead. Yeah, definitely going to get the season pass. For sure. The gold edition, shouldn't you get the season pass with it, or maybe discount? I don't know, something like that. But either way, yeah, the season pass will definitely be for sure. Just got to make sure I get the DLCs here after the 500. I was more focused on trying to get this race in first, so I'll probably worry about that afterwards tonight. Assuming that they're available on the PlayStation Store finally, because I know before the patch they weren't, for whatever reason, even though I had the gold edition for a couple days. Otherwise, I would have done it as soon as I opened the game up on Tuesday night. So here comes Kyle Busch out of the pits, and this might not be very good. He is very slow on the inside, and he really stacks up the inner lane. Here comes Haley to the bottom. He had a big run, and that's going to space this pack out quite a bit. Luckily, there was no accident. They were going 3 wide, and were not able to miss him. Yeah, I've got the code for it already. I just didn't really see, I didn't see an option in the PlayStation Store or anything like that to get the actual code itself. Because I've got the, or to actually get the DLC itself, because I've got the code already for it. 3 wide from third on back again here to the tri-oval. We're kind of split into 2 packs now, seemingly, after Busch came back onto the track. Unfortunately for Kyle Busch, he is 1 lap down. The good news is he should be the only driver 1 lap down right now as well. We had a handful of cars pit under that last caution during the big one. Drivers that were either at the rear or had enough damage. They could probably go about another 5 to 10 laps longer than the other cars. Luke, welcome to the stream. Here comes Almirola. Couldn't block him in time. And to Benedetto and Boyer with a big run on the top. Haley with the push on the bottom. But Eric Almirola to the lead now in the Daytona 500s. We go 3x3 through the field. A lot more singled out further back as that second group tries to catch up to the first after Kyle Busch had stalled the lanes out after he came out of the pits a few laps ago. Big run on Almirola. There we go. I'm not using the wheel right now. As you see, the wheel's not really turning, but I will transfer from the wheel back and forth constantly. First time I'm going to use the wheel for NASCAR Heat 5 will be tomorrow. We're going to run the Xfinity race in the morning at Charlotte. So that'll be my first test, and probably just going to honestly not even qualify or practice, just going to hop straight on into it. So hopefully we can make it through the race. We'll be starting at the rear as well, so hopefully we get the hang of it pretty quickly. Especially with it being an Xfinity race, much shorter, only 300-miler at Charlotte. Ooh boy. I don't know how we made that block on the outside of Almirola. He had a big run coming. Haley about got sandwiched in the middle between LaJoie and Almirola. Another quick bobble. Here comes Eric on the top. He's got his Stewart-Haas Racing teammate behind him there, Clint Boyer. Johnson leads another lap at the line, and here comes Almirola in the 10 to the top side. Tandem racing for the two Stewart-Haas Fords. Almirola gets in line to the bottom. Boyer could not, though, because LaJoie was able to get to the back bumper of Johnson, give him the shot. Can't quite clear the 14, though, as he pulls us back with the side draft. Look at him coming down the track, trying to squeeze us. Now we're going to come back up the track, and it's not in time. Boyer clears us, and that is not a good sight for a lot of the field, even though we're early in this one, to have the two Stewart-Haas Fords in the line in front of the field, maybe trying to control the pack. Peyton Tandy gonna get to the inside of Boyer. PlayStation gift card, got it. Oh, kind of missed the corner. Luckily Joy was able to help us out with the bump draft. And Almirola is getting quite a ways out in front of the field right now. Almirola is quite a ways out there. Jimmy Johnson with the big run now in the center of turns 3 and 4. This is going to be interesting. Big run to the inside of the 10 after he got way out ahead of us. Big side draft, and Jimmy Johnson's going to lead the lap at the line by inches. Ashton G, welcome to the stream. Despite Johnson leading that last lap, Eric Almirola was able to side draft and keep it going. 80 laps will be complete at the line this next time by. Those two Stewart-Haas cars working well together. An affiliated car of Corey LaJoie is behind us. Tried to go up the side draft, almost lost the bottom. Barely able to stay in front of LaJoie. And Corey's going to keep this 48 car out in the lead, but now we're all clear off of turn 4. Oh my goodness. I was not paying attention. I was looking at the chat there. Corey LaJoie's going to take the lead. I think we still led the lap. That could have been really bad. Oh, took it through the grass. That was a close one. We were definitely on the run on Timmy Hill. In the 66, having a great run early. Oh, got the 2 of Keselowski loose with the bump draft. And we still might technically lose, might not lose the lead, even after making that mishap, because LaJoie's on the outside by himself. Keselowski on the bottom. Johnson leads the lap by inches, so we never officially lost the lead there. Got very lucky that we never lost the lead, and we had the drafting help to get back without anybody else leading the lap there in that transition. And LaJoie lost a few spots immediately, all the way back to 5th. Keselowski's been at the front quite a bit, but I don't even know if he's led a lap in this race or not. He might have led a few laps here and there, but nothing consistent. Here's Kyle Busch working his way to the front. If Kyle Busch can get back on the lead lap and then get a caution, that would be good for Kyle Busch, because then he could stay with the strategy and stay out, get the track position, and he'd actually be back in the lead. But if not, he might as well pit with the rest of us and take the free pass under the caution. We've seen him come from the back to the front multiple times now, so he's definitely got the ability to do it here in this one. Strong competitors A lot of comers and goers in this one, though, at the same time, too. Nope, couldn't block that. Keselowski with the big run. Got Timmy Hill behind him, but he didn't really give him a push like Harvick's going to give us right now. We were going to side draft the 2, but then once we got the push from Harvick, it kind of shot us up into the 2 of Keselowski. Ooh, Harvick almost made a move for himself there. All clear, though, off of turn 2. 3 wide for second. Busch trying to get back on the lead lap. We're still going to block Kyle Busch if we can, though, because it might allow somebody else to get to the lead in line behind him if we lose the bottom lane. Busch in line all by himself, with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. right behind him, who's in second place, followed by Daniel Suarez, Bubba Wallace, and Kevin Harvick. To the outside goes Stenhouse. Big push coming from Daniel Suarez. Look at the run Stenhouse has. Stalled it out all the way to the top. Stenhouse with the side draft to the inside of us. Pulls back to the bottom in front of Busch. On the outside, almost got into the wall. Barely kept it off of the outside wall there. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to the lead. The pole sitter for this year's real-life Daytona 500. Kyle Busch in 39th. One driver currently out of the race. Not sure who it is. Maybe someone that was involved in the big one. Tough to tell who it was on pit road from this far out and at this high of speeds. Pushed to the top, but mainly unwillingly, as he got kind of shoved up there by us. We loosened him up enough and we're able to clear him. But Busch was able to quickly get down in front of Suarez. And the Gaunt brothers racing Toyota. Big run to the bottom now on Stenhouse into turn 3. Didn't even really side draft him. We just flat out drafted in behind him. Busch on the outside, though, behind Stenhouse. Ricky fighting back with the side draft. We try to pull him back now. Stenhouse leads the lap still. Oh, almost made contact. We got loose, barely kept it off of him. About as close to contact as you're going to get without actually making it. Three wide for second, and here comes Bubba Wallace on the bottom of the racetrack. Richard Petty driving the famed 43 car, trying to get another win at Daytona, much like Petty had given that 43 car many, many times. Not only in the Daytona 500, but just Cup races in general here at Daytona. Won the 4th of July race many times in his career also. Almost halfway in this one, another 12 laps away from getting to that point. Glad you guys have stayed tuned throughout the course of this one and have been enjoying the content here today, like normal, of course. Chad Fincham, maybe trying to lead his first laps. He's got Chase Elliott, fan favorite in the 9 car, right behind him, giving him a big push on the bottom. 3 wide. And we're getting quite a ways out ahead of the pack. Suarez with a great jump up to second place. We've seen him up towards the front quite a bit, leading laps multiple times in this one too. Suarez all the way to the top, barely able to block him near the wall, and back down to the bottom in time, getting into the corner. Man, that really stalled him out. Look at how far back Suarez is falling on the top side. Fincham is staying pace with us. The top 2 have just checked out. Bubba Wallace aggressively side drafting the 96 now of Suarez. Elliott getting a kind of a big run off of Fincham behind us. Here comes Suarez once again. Stenhouse on the very top lane. Suarez moves up in front of him. That 96 car is fast today. Oh! Big moment getting into the corner. Now we're 3 wide. Car just steps out all of a sudden from time to time. Contact with Bubba Wallace. 3 by 3 through the field. For second, oh, Wallace about hooks us, getting into the corner and into the wall slightly. Gotta be careful, back to the middle lane. That's gonna stack everybody up behind us. Stenhouse loses a lot of ground, so does Keselowski. They're still all losing a ton of ground, and how quickly we go from leading the race back to 12th. Bowman, our teammate, won't even let us in line. He's up to 12th now. From 1st to 13th in a matter of moments. And we're back in the middle of the pack again. Oh, we've got some pitting cars up ahead. Remember, a lot of these drivers did not pit under that last caution, and I think that's what you're seeing now. Hopefully we don't have an accident here. It looks like just Bobby Carter is coming to pit road this time. Also somebody else further back in the pack. So only 2 drivers coming into the pits that time. You're going to see a lot of green flag pit stops in the next 5 laps or so, and then another 10 laps before we pit, which will be just past the halfway mark. Had to pit twice so far today. Cooper Gaming, welcome to the stream. Yep, they did patch it. And we have seen some great racing action so far in the 500 today, and I think we got, oh, more cars coming to pit road, and I think one of which is Logano. I think Logano wanted to come to pit road there, couldn't get down in front of us. Quinn Houff checked up. There's a lot of cars in front of him and behind, all coming to pit road. Hopefully Logano doesn't run out of gas, because I think he wanted to come down and couldn't do it. Get to the outside of Houff. Oh, cars coming out of the pits. Didn't even see that for a quick second there. And boy, Chad Fincham has the lead in the 500 by quite a bit. That has really stacked up the field back behind us. These green flag pit stops definitely playing a factor here as we try to stay in line behind Bubba Wallace. Wallace and Fincham definitely running close on fuel. They're coming to pit road. 4 cars behind them as Jimmy Johnson takes the lead again in the Daytona 500. We're going to stay out as long as we can, hoping for a caution to trap a lot of these guys a lap down. Ooh, side by side as they were coming out of the pits there. There are a lot of drivers going a lap down right now and still trying to get up to speed. This would be huge if a caution comes out. Oh, look at the move up the middle between Elliott and Suarez as they try to get up to speed too. Only 18 cars on the lead lap. As we hope for a caution now. Because boy, if we get a yellow, that's going to flip this whole race up on its side. Or will we have to come down to pit road beforehand? More cars coming out of the pits. Oh, couldn't block Suarez and Elliott, but here comes more cars out of the pits again on the bottom of the track, stacking up, losing a lot of ground. Unbelievable how many cars are lapped down. Here's Bubba Wallace in 4th. He lost a lot of ground too. We're getting a big run in the draft off of him down the back straightaway to his inside. And we're going to make the pass and clear him in the center of the corner. Only 3 cars on the lead lap. Johnson, Newman, Bowman, I believe, are the only drivers that pitted under the last caution that have made it this far and that still have to hit pit road. Trying to stay in front of these guys, hold them a lap down, and hope for a caution within the next handful of laps. About a second ahead of Newman and Bowman, who are in the middle of the pack, battling for second. And you see 2 packs really right now. You got one here at the lead, who Newman and Bowman are also with. Then, of course, you got our pack, or sorry, the second pack further back behind, a few seconds from this lead pack, as we're just coming off of turn 4, and you can see them further back. Now they are just coming off of 4 as we're getting into the tri-oval, so about a half a straightaway behind us. But they look a little more organized in this front pack right now. It's all battling, trying to get to the lead lap in case a caution comes out. And it could, of course, be an eventual battle for the lead as well. Keeping an eye on that fuel tank right now. Suarez and Elliott just had too big of a run on the outside. We couldn't block them, and they're both going to get around us. Logano almost followed in line behind them. Ty Dillon almost did too if it wasn't for us blocking him off. And now here comes Ty Dillon again. A lot more grip in those guys with fresher tires, I'm sure. Maybe not faster than us because the draft plays more of an effect, of course, at Daytona, but their handling of their cars are probably a lot better than ours right now. Dillon goes up to try and side draft the 9 of Elliott. We have not had to make a green flag stop at all in this race. Our first 2 pit stops were made under caution. Suarez leading the pack with Johnson leading the field. Still about a second ahead of Bowman and Newman, with Bowman up to second place. So 1-2 for Hendrick Motorsports right now. And remember, Bowman and Newman still have to pit alongside of us. So we have made it all the way through a fuel run. By far the longest green flag run of the race so far. Very tough to pass Suarez. Haven't gotten a lot of help, but we're going to be hitting pit road anyway here, so it's not a desperation to get around Suarez. Yeah, we can hope for a caution, but unless it comes out in the next 2 laps, it's going to bail a lot of these drivers out from being stuck a lap down. So everything should go back to normal once we cycle through. Now here's the thing, we need to have a fast pit stop and stay in front of this pack, because we cannot afford to fall back to that second pack. We still got a ways to go. We'll likely have a caution or 2 before the end of the race, but you never know. Now Suarez hung out on the top. Oh, our car stepped out. Remember, the handling not that great. And that's going to allow Suarez to keep the clean air, despite not having a lot of help for now. He's still on the top, though. Cross flags, halfway home, 100 down, another 100 laps to go in the Daytona 500. About 8:30, closing in on 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I've got about another roughly 45 minutes of daylight here. Not really much of a change in the hours here in this one. Big side draft on Bubba Wallace now. We're going to have to hit pit road this time. Bowman and Newman haven't pit yet either, as now Bubba Wallace gets in front of us. A little bump draft off of turn 4. And on to pit road we go. Got to make sure we don't speed. 55 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. Easily got down in time. Full tank of fuel. And we're going to go right sides only to try and make this a quick stop. We're going to repair any damage we have. The reason why we're taking right sides only, I feel like we're going to get a caution before we have to make another green flag stop. I'm going to bank on that. Worst case scenario, we come down into the pits with the second half of the field. Trying to get the track position, keep the track position. So a little pit strategy here on the super speedways. Definitely still filling up a full tank of fuel though. But still a quicker stop, taking right sides only, 13.1. Okay, get back in there, let's go. Yep, NASCAR Xfinity race is going on right now. So we are going to come out ahead of this pack who is hauling the mail through the tri-oval. We're still in turns 1 and 2 trying to get up to speed. Probably a good thing we took right sides only. If we took 4 tires, I don't think we were going to come out with the lead. But they are going to have a massive run on us, likely down the back straightaway, if I'd have to imagine. Here they come, trying to get up to as much speed as we can. It is going to be a massive, massive run to try and hold on to. Suarez in second, Bubba Wallace in third, followed by Keselowski and Joey Gase. Here comes Suarez, not going to be up to speed by the time he gets to us. And he's going to get to our back bumper, and now he's going to make a move. Bubba Wallace in behind him. Wallace about clipped him, getting into his left rear. That was definitely not a clean push. Johnson holds on to the lead at the line, and the track position game works out to perfection there. Taking the right sides only to keep the track position. The left sides will last quite a bit longer. Again, should last long enough for us to at least pit with the rest of the field coming the next time. Thanks for staying right here with me, Joshua. It means a lot. Of course, Austin Cindric got that win in the Xfinity race last night at Kentucky. Did see the end of that one. Race, good finish. See, that second group is starting to catch this first group compared to before we came down on the pit road. No crazy things happen with caution cycling through the pit stop, so nobody's going to get caught a lap down here. And I believe Kyle Busch is back on the lead lap currently because he has not pit the second time under green. So Kyle Busch should be back on the lead lap for now, but he's probably going to need a caution before he has to pit again, or will likely fall a lap down once again. Here comes Suarez. No chance of blocking there. Now that's the thing, right sides only versus the rest of the field who likely took 4 tires under their pit stop. They might not be faster because the draft again plays a bigger factor than tires and speed at Daytona. But the handling of our race car is probably going to get a lot looser with just right sides versus 4 tires in general. As Suarez was able to lead that last lap, I believe. Big side draft. Oh, barely staying in front of Austin Dillon. That was a close call. He gives us a big bump draft, though. Austin Dillon still really trying to push hard. Suarez doing a great job. He's got a very fast car in the 96 here today. And he's going to lead that lap at the line once again. Finally, oh, still can't clear him though. Big side draft by the 96. Dillon gave it all he had with the push and finally clear off of turn 2. Johnson hopefully trying to hang on to the lead again. Quest for a Daytona 500 win. We ride with his final season. I know we'll still have a second Cup Series season. So obviously, you know, Johnson could technically go for another, you know, shot at the title, but we're going to try to drive him to his 8th here. Or reset the stats for the next season. Oh, again, the car's just a little on the loose side. It steps out on us with only taking the right sides. We'll likely end up pitting for 4 fresh tires. I don't know, it depends. It depends when the caution comes out. If we run another 20-25 laps before a caution comes out again, oh, we got a car blowing up in the middle of the pack, and there's the caution. And we might as well stay out to keep the track position because we just pitted not that long ago. So caution is out for the 4th time today. Somebody was smoking going into turn 3. Luckily, the caution came out in time because that would have been a huge accident. And Kyle Busch, perfect timing for his caution. He's able to stay on the lead lap, and he's able to pit. And Daniel Suarez is back to 39th. I wonder if Suarez was the driver involved in that accident, because he was up towards the lead pack. William Byron is the lone driver out of the race right now. 38 cars will likely be on the lead lap, assuming Suarez is the driver to retire from this race. So we're going to stay out, keep the track position. We hopefully can make it on one more stop. It'll be close. Green flag back in the air. Following just the 4th yellow in this race, 110 laps complete at the line. And once again, Johnson leads the field of the green on the restart. Quite a ways out ahead of Austin Dillon and Bubba Wallace. About as fun as I've had in a Daytona 500 on NASCAR Heat games, especially with the live streaming. Obviously, we only did it for NASCAR Heat 4 for the last few months, obviously, and then, you know, jumping into Heat 5 now, but look at that train on the outside. That could be a force to be reckoned with. Really side drafting and holding the inside back, but they've got about 4 or 5 cars up there. Ty Dillon leading the way with Joey Logano and Justin Haley behind him. Now Kurt Busch, Bubba Wallace also in line up there. No, Bubba's on the inside, rather. Oh, look at the move Austin Dillon made. Side by side with his brother, Ty Dillon. And with that caution also forms the back in that second pack, back up with the lead pack once again. Bubba Wallace thinking about taking it 3 wide. I think he will. Nope, not quite. He just didn't have enough of a run. Logano might be hung out on the very top side. Got shuffled out of line there slightly. Jimmy's led every lap so far, even back to the line again since the restart. 88 laps to go. It looks like Justin Haley and Ty Dillon are going to get around us eventually if we leave the outside open for them, because they're getting massive runs that were barely blocking off. And you can really tell they're drafting well together. Staying in a cohesive unit. Haley's willing to stay with him. It looks like Logano might have bounced off a car to the inside of him off of turn 2. Slightly. Big side draft. Ty Dillon on Austin Dillon there. Just can't quite get to our quarter panel, and now Haley hangs him out to dry. Haley's got to Benedetto, who has been a great pusher in this race today. He hasn't led laps many, if at all, of his own, but he has pushed cars multiple times, no matter who it is, to the front of the field so far. I'm sure you might see it again before the end of the race. Trying to get that 100th career win, or 100th win for the Wood brothers. And their organization, of course, trying to get his first career win. What better way than to do it in the Daytona 500 today? Wallace kind of running up the 3 car of Austin Dillon near the outside there. Oh no, we about put it in. We did put it into the wall, and because of that, that gives up the bottom. Joey Gase to the lead here in the 500. Thanks there, Jacob and Joshua, for those comments. Oh, 3 wide for the lead. Keselowski now on Elliott. Look at the side drafting. How much of a run everybody on the inside had on Elliott and Gase there. Oh no, chopped off the 9 of Elliott. That was almost a Hendrick Motorsports disaster down the back straightaway. That could have been very, very bad for the 2 Hendrick cars. We didn't quite have them cleared like I thought we did. Joey Gase really got to the bottom really quickly, somehow avoided all of that. Stayed in the gas and is able to get to the bottom, and now try to get it up to 3rd and push our way up to 2nd with Keselowski in the lead. Increase the bit rate. Bowser LV100, thanks for joining the stream, by the way. Keselowski hung out on the top side with Joey Gase to push the 48 of Johnson to the lead now. Chase Elliott trying to work his way through. He lost a lot of ground as far as track, or not track position necessarily. He was able to hold on to his position. He just lost a lot of ground, but he's able to get back in the draft, stay on the inside. Inside has worked out for him, and he's trying to get back up past Keselowski for 3rd place again. Got really loose off of turn 2. Elliott up the middle. Holding everybody off for now. Even blocking our Hendrick Motorsports teammate. We'll probably cut him a little more slack though, what we did a little bit ago. And he's kind of fading back again. You can see how loose the car is. It's gotten much looser since only taking right sides on that last stop instead of changing 4 tires. That is for sure. Still 83 laps to go. Here comes Bubba Wallace trying to get back to the lead again. He's got Keselowski. Ty Dillon in line behind Joey Gase on the inside. Pretty much makes up your top 5. Looks like Tyler Reddick is third in line on the top. And here comes Wallace. Couldn't block him off in time. Keselowski to follow. Tyler Reddick. And look at the run the outside's got Christopher Bell. And finally Gase is able to get to our back bumper and push us. But not before we lost a few spots. Bubba Wallace is going to lead the lap at the line here in the Daytona 500. Finish up runner-up before Jacob. No, I do not have a girlfriend. Odd question to ask, but honest as always with the answers. We'll slide in front of Brad Keselowski here. Gonna storm the outside lane off for the moment. And Bubba Wallace had a huge lead on the rest of the pack, and that is allowing Johnson to get a big run down the backstretch, 208 miles an hour. Bubba just able to block us, though, entering into turn 3. Oh, big moment for us, and Wallace might have slipped up the track, too. Here comes Joey Gase. That push got us a little loose, also. Staying in the gas, though. 81 to go. Big run, tough to go to the outside of the center of the corner, especially with not really any help. So really nothing to do with that run. Gase trying to pull back in on us again, slightly is, as we're slightly ourselves getting a run on Bubba Wallace. Back to the inside again. That time he was not able to block us into 3 like the lap before. Wallace with a great side draft though. Here comes Joey Gase to push. Got us a little loose. Who will lead the lap at the line? Big time side draft, but Bubba Wallace able to lead the lap still. Another push from Joey Gase. Hopefully he can stay locked on this time. He gave us a couple shots before, but never able to stay connected like he did that time. And Jimmy back to the lead again, and Gase is still all over us off of turn 2. And now finally let's go. That might allow him to get a big run. We'll see if Jimmy can lead the lap at the line this time by. Where we will have 79 laps to go in the Daytona 500 this time by. Gase, Wallace, Elliott in the mix. 79 to go. Aggressive throughout, but pretty much since the green flag stops back in the last green flag run, it's been crazy, but it hasn't been as crazy as what it was the couple green flag runs before that, before what led up to the big one. Of course, a couple extra 4 wide moments where we almost had another big one and another accident, but never ended up unfolding. 39 cars, I believe, on the lead lap. There could be 38, depending on if Suarez is out. We haven't seen him since. In the 500 here tonight. 3 by 3. Oh man, I don't know how close that was, but that felt a lot closer to what it probably should have been, blocking Bubba Wallace to the top. I don't know if Johnson's going to be able to hold on to the lead much longer. How about Ty Dillon, though? I mean, up towards the front of the field, qualified second. You've seen him up here quite a bit in this one. He has not gone away much. We haven't seen much of Brendan Gaughan since the first 20 laps or so in the race. Remember, he started on the pole. Maybe sitting back a little further back in the pack in case we get another big one. especially after seeing the first one. And remember, in that big one, when we were spinning, the rear tires came up off the ground, almost had a blowover, which definitely would have been more than 6 seconds, or more than 5 seconds of damage, and ultimately, probably a good chance we would have DNF'd. But when we slid back into the grass, the car did come back on the ground, luckily, and we kept from having a blowover moment, and we only had 2 seconds of damage, despite spinning through the pack. Again, very fortunate. And that was only the first roughly 50 to 60 laps of the race. Surprised we've been able to hold on to the lead as long as we have. How close everybody's been in right behind us and how big of runs they've been getting on top of it. These drastic moves here. Only about 22% tire wear left on that left rear tire. The only driver to pit under that last caution was Kyle Busch. We went green with 90 laps to go, so there is a chance we can make it on just one more stop to the end of the race. But will the left side tire be able to last long enough compared to the rest of this pack to pit under green? Bubba Wallace up there. I don't know how we blocked him off in the center of the corner and got back to the bottom in time, but we were able to pull it off. Jimmy Johnson has led probably the most laps consecutively today, being out front than any other point in time where we've been out in front. Need a lot of damage for a DNF, gotcha. Well, and that is another reason that we're going to keep that 5-second clock on. We cannot repair the damage, so, you know, obviously if we have more damage leading up to another accident, if we have more than 5 seconds of damage, it can be a big factor here. Chase Elliott pushes Bubba Wallace to the lead, but Elliott was not able to clear his Hendrick Motorsports teammate at Johnson. And Johnson, despite Wallace getting back to the lead there, is able to get back to the inside of Bubba. Can't clear him himself. Side by side for the lead. Joey Gase is there. And a big bump draft down the backstretch. And a big time side draft as well, trying to pull the 43 car back. Got about another 25 laps or so of fuel, and the left rear tire's getting pretty worn out, down to about 19%. I don't know if it'll blow out on NASCAR Heat 5. We've not been this close on tires in the Trucker Xfinity race, so I don't know exactly how low we can run it. Of course, on Heat 4, you can run it down to 0 before it blew out, but it had the ability to blow out anywhere between 5% or less. It might be more than that. Here at Daytona, there's only one way to find out, unfortunately, but we are not going to pit until we see more cars hit pit road. We cannot afford to lose the draft and go a lap down. Remember in the Xfinity race a couple nights ago, we were never able to get back on the lead lap once we lost the lead draft. So we've got to be able to stay out at least long enough compared to these other drivers who pit roughly 10 laps before we did. So they could probably go about another 14, probably 13 to 15 laps before a lot of the field is going to hit pit road. And then, of course, Bowman and Newman will probably stay out about another 10 laps longer. And Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch as well. Busch can actually go probably another 30 laps longer than everybody else. And we get a caution before we figure that out. So caution is out. Time to hit pit road. 4 fresh tires. Going to repair any damage we've got. Full tank of fuel, and we cannot make it on fuel from here, so we will still have one more pit stop in this race. So good time for a caution, I guess. Never had to make that second green flag stop of the day. But indeed, a great race so far. Yep, at least we won't blow a tire. We won't have to find out how low we can take it either. Top 3 stayed out as expected. Ryan Newman, Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch. They're probably about another 25 to 30 laps away for Bowman and Newman to hit pit road. And Kyle Busch could probably go another 10 or 15 laps beyond Newman and Bowman. 69 laps to go in the Daytona 500 after our 5th caution of the day as we go green. 3 wide to the bottom. Great restart again by Jimmy. We've had nothing but good restarts all day today. The back bumper of Ryan Newman. Try to get up to speed. Oh, Busch got loose. Made slight contact with... Oh no, we jumped off Chase Elliott. Elliott makes a great save in front of the pack. Oh boy, a little contact there with Bowman. Got to be careful getting into 2 of our Hendrick Motorsport teammates. Almost had an accident off the restart. And Kyle Busch looked like he was going to push us, but not any longer. Busch wants to get to the lead up the middle. A great move from Kyle Busch. Bubba Wallace. Great push to the back of Jimmy Johnson. Kyle Busch looking for the lead, but so is Jimmy to the inside. Oh, Busch moved down right into the side of us. We were going to go up and side draft him, but he tried to pinch us off at the same time. There was some slight bit of contact. And just like that, Jimmy Johnson with a 3 wide pass for the lead down the back straightaway to the bottom. Not really a lot of help from Bubba Wallace until after we already cleared the other 2. Kyle Busch lost a lot of spots there. We've seen John Hunter Nemechek in the top 5 for the first time tonight. Another rookie running up towards the front of the field. I haven't really seen a rookie up here since Cole Custer in the first quarter of the race. Oh man. There goes Bubba Wallace. Oh, a little contact. Wallace with an aggressive side draft, and he made contact with us while taking the lead and just clears us in front. Couldn't block the run, Ty Dillon. And Bubba Wallace had that time. We did get involved in an accident, actually, Holden. We got involved in the big one about 50 laps into the race as Wallace took the lead officially at the line there. But luckily, we only had 2 seconds of damage. Not a lot of damage that was involved in that. We pretty much missed the big portion of the big one. And now Nemechek loosens us up, and Nemechek wants to lead his first lap of the race. To the lead goes John Hunter Nemechek here in this one. Well, will he officially get the lead at the line because Johnson's coming again? He left the bottom open just enough. It'll be a lead change regardless at the line because Bubba Wallace led the last lap. And Nemechek will have to wait to lead his first lap of the season. Johnson leads that lap at the line. And Bubba Wallace back up to second again. He's been strong today. So is Kyle Busch. He's been on a different pit strategy, but regardless of the strategy, he's been up front quite a bit in this one too. Hasn't led a lot of laps, but I gotta say, we've probably led the most laps so far. Comes the run for the 18 and the 38 towards the top. Couldn't quite block off Nemechek though in time. Kyle Busch slowed him down at the side draft though, and Chase Elliott is in line right behind. Sorry, that's Ty Dillon in line behind Nemechek. We stall every lane. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles one more time in the race today. 64 to go. We'll do that for about the next dozen laps. Austin Dillon back towards the front. 2018 Daytona 500 winner. And a 2-time winner in the Cup Series alone. And here comes David Reagan with a power move up the middle from none other than the pole sitter in the 500, Brendan Gaughan behind him. Heart-stopping action here in the Daytona 500 today. Yep, Heat 5 so far so good, that is for sure. Again, super speedway racing at Daytona definitely has enhanced. Not that it was bad before, because it wasn't bad before, but it is definitely more crazier. Oh, a little contact. Busch got on the left rear quarter panel of the 36. Maybe trying to side draft him, but they made contact. That definitely slowed the 18's momentum down. And look at the run that David Reagan had. Oh, Busch gets sideways in the center of the corner. He was pointed towards the infield. It was able to save it. I think he might have gotten a little too hard of a push from Chase Elliott from behind. Nemechek gonna hop right onto the back bumper of Johnson with the push. 3-car tandem with Ty Dillon now in line behind him. Bubba Wallace still holding the inside. I think a lot of people don't necessarily like it just because of the game crashing a lot, because I heard a lot of good reviews on Heat 5 of the gameplay itself up until the crashing went on all day yesterday and early today as well. I think that was the main factor of the problem. David Reagan ran his final career race in the Daytona 500 this year and got a top 5. He finished 5th in the Great American Race. He's technically going to be running all season here for NASCAR Heat in this game. So he will be technically running for a championship for Front Row Motorsports. He'll have 3 cars in the field. A side draft on the left rear of Austin Dillon, plus a push from Bubba Wallace. Trying to clear Dillon for second, and we will. Off of turn 4 easily. Austin didn't really have a lot of help on the top. David Reagan had quite a big gap ahead of the rest of the field here. We tried to far back cam out for the first time today. It feels really weird, let me tell you. I like the closer to the back bumper cam the best, only because it does make it more challenging trying to throw blocks versus being able to see the run coming from here. Still easy to tell what's going on from that other camera. Can we make it all the way through Speed Week? Well, we did get involved in one accident, I guess, here in the 500, but we've unscathed with only 2 seconds of damage. But can we get through the entirety of Speed Weeks without having to go past that 5-second damage clock? That'd be insane. Top 2 just getting really out quite a ways ahead of the rest of the field here. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like this camera angle, it's just I'd rather prefer the other one. Congratulations there, Jacob Westbrook. Winning 3 of your last 5 races. My fingers start to hurt on 100% races. No, not really. My hands hurt way worse on Tony Stewart's sprint car racing. I feel like I gripped the controller much harder there for whatever reason. Probably just the handling of the cars is much different. With NASCAR or NASCAR games in general, my hand never really cramps at all using the controller at all. It doesn't bother me one bit. Maybe it's because I've become so used to it. I don't know. Never really have blisters. Never have clammy hands or anything like that. Only 57 laps to go in the Daytona 500, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting closer and closer to the end as the laps wind on. Only 5 cautions today, but one big one. Kyle Busch has finally caught back up to us. He's going to give us a bump draft. This might be a huge run off of turn 2 down the back straightaway on David Reagan. 18 can't quite stay connected with us all the way. But look at the run on David Reagan. Down to the bottom and for the lead. Into turn 3 goes Jimmy Johnson once again. Side by side. Side drafting one another. Reagan does not have a lot of help behind him until now. Austin Dillon jumps up to the outside in line behind him. At the line, I believe Reagan barely led that lap. Down to the roof cam. Once again, Dillon's still in line on the top behind Reagan, trying to stay consistent and help him out. Looks like Bobby Carter's back in the mix. Haven't seen him a lot since the beginning of the race. And Reagan again to the outside, couldn't block the run. Austin Dillon with the push, still locked bumpers, and now lets go of him. But Reagan's got the put. Oh, contact with Austin Dillon there. Just a slight bit. 55 to go. Boy, oh boy. Reagan barely clears us into the corner. Kyle Busch is still pushing hard right now. Oh, and now he leaves us out to dry. Busch through the middle. We've seen him do that multiple times today. A little bit of contact. Rookie Tyler Reddick, we've seen him periodically. Not always at the front. Seems like whenever we were mid-pack, we always were drafting right with him, but not bad here today. So far, so good. Give us a great shot getting into turns 3 and 4. Another big run to the back of David Reagan. Through the tri-oval, will we have anywhere to go with it? Faking high, now to the inside. Can't tell for right there or not, no way or not. Reagan comes down, he blocks. Here comes DiBenedetto from behind once again. Oh, the 8 and the 21 made contact going into 3. You can tell the 8 car must have gotten out of the gas a little more, but now he's side draft on the 21 right back, trying to stay in line on the outside, be that first car, and stay within the first 3 cars on the racetrack. Once we get back to the start-finish line this next time, we'll stick with the regular camera for the rest. Bump draft down to the back of the 36 of Reagan. We're all over the back bumper of David Reagan. Another slight little push off of turn 4 again. Don't have quite enough help behind us. How about Quinn Houp up to 3rd? And we're still one more pit stop away from the finish of the race as well. The pit window again, 43 to 47 laps. So you can run on fuel. We're getting closer to that moment. We'll have 51 laps to go this time by. So we're about 5 laps or so outside of the pit window. So Kyle Busch's strategy, if he can get one more caution, I think it's going to pan out. Or even if we just stay green to the end, it should pan out. One or the other. Honestly, I think he's set to go. He can make it on one more stop easily. I don't think he's going to have to pit in the next couple laps before we get to that window. Yeah, we did have the roof cam in there at some point. It's just a little bit higher up than the hood cam. Similar view, but not exactly the same. Especially when you go to the look back from the roof, you can see more of the spoiler, I guess. 50 laps to go in the Daytona 500, 3/4 of the way through this one here today. 375 miles down, another 125 to go. David Reagan's led a lot of laps here recently. Been tough to pass. We got around him once, but then he got right back around us the next lap. We just can't get enough of a run on him because we don't have a lot of help from behind. Truex up to third. Talk about a guy that has not had great luck at Daytona or Talladega. Best career finish was second in the 2016 Daytona 500, where he finished second to Denny Hamlin by just a nose. Reagan got quite a ways out there once Truex caught us. Look at the ground we're gaining. Holding the clean air for the moment. Oh, Truex just stayed right up there, though, and now Timmy Hill's going to get to the inside of him. Ryan Newman's hitting pit road, so is Alex Bowman, and that is interesting that those two are pitting now because they're just outside the pit window. They are about a lap short on fuel to the end of the race. Unless they get a caution. If they get a caution, they can make it, which is probably what they're going to hope for. They can then stay out and keep the track position. Kyle Busch should be able to go another 5 to 10 laps, if not longer. Everybody's scrambling desperately. David Reagan pulling off some huge blocks right now. We stay hooked onto his back bumper with Timmy Hill right behind us. Timmy Hill closes in slightly. Can't quite hook bumpers with us. We got a big run though on David Reagan to the outside. Timmy Hill goes to follow. Cars coming out of the pits of Bowman and Newman. Side drafting David Reagan. He might get held up if he can't get to the outside in time. A push coming from behind. To the lead goes Jimmy Johnson. Timmy Hill with the push on the outside to make the pass for the lead. Kind of using the the 6 of Newman as a pick there coming out of the pits. Oh, geez, and looking at the chat, we definitely messed that one up. Into the wall, into the side of Hill, but now Timmy Hill leads the Daytona 500. Joey Logano locks bumpers with us on the inside after Newman tried to for a moment. Back to third, 46 to go. We are within the pit window. Yeah, that would be cool if the Black Lives Matter car from Bubba Wallace would be in the game. Same with Denny Hamlin's car that he ran at Talladega as well. To the Civil Rights Museum. All black paint scheme there. That was pretty slick too. Timmy Hill leads. Martin Truex Jr. trying to get under him. And this outside, though, as we work with Timmy Hill over Truex, kind of getting a run through the tri-oval for now. Maybe to hopefully create a run of our own eventually. Logano jumps up to the outside right behind us. We might be able to get Timmy Hill to the lead. Unbelievable. And the outside is going to work. Jimmy Johnson, Timmy Hill working together. Hill gets hung out to dry now. Johnson to the inside. What a move. In front of Truex, hanging Timmy Hill out to dry, but working the outside lane to get to the lead there. Perfectly done. Welcome back there, Starlin Dixon. In time for the finish. 44 laps to go. Remember, we had about 24 people watching at one point in time earlier in the race. Hopefully we can get back to the record of 28 watching. Break the record, rather, to get to 29 before the end of this one, because it should be a great finish. Look at the train on the outside, the two Penske teammates. We haven't seen Blaney up here much today, but he is trying to push the 22 of Logano. And now Blaney almost got hung out to dry, but he's able to get in line behind Logano again. The two Penske Fords trying to work together. Just down in time to block Truex. And back to the top on Logano. 43 to go. Pit window is open. You're likely not going to see anybody else pit under green. Maybe Kyle Busch at some point in time. Now, if a caution comes out now, that would help Bowman and Newman. They can get back on the lead lap with the free pass and be able to make it on field to the end, but they would have to restart at the rear of the field. Versus if we cycle through the pit stops, then they get a caution. then you're looking at those two being the race leaders, as well as Kyle Busch if he pits in time before that caution too, which he should. He should pit before the rest of the field, I would have to assume. Ryan Blaney, a bridesmaid of the Daytona 500, not once but twice, finishing second both this year in 2020 by a nose, and back in 2017 in his first full-time season in the Cup Series for Wood Brothers, finishing second to Kurt Busch. Can he win the Daytona 500 here today on NASCAR Heat 5? Our debut of the Cup Series on Heat 5. Blaney now in front of Logano on the top side, but still the Penske cars together. Truex right in front of both of them though. And here comes Kyle Busch, speaking of which, again on the bottom of the track. Remember, we're driving as Kyle Busch in the Xfinity Series season, that Twix number 54 Toyota Supra. And here comes Busch to pit road, so he's taking his final stop now. The rest of the field's got about 20 laps or so. Oh man, our car made a drastic move to the top there. Big push for the 38 of Reagan. Oh, and the 00. Quinn Houp got in the back of us. And that push just sent us up the track even more as we lose even more ground. Not the loss of concentration there at all. Again, the car just steps out from time to time. Not easy to handle. Jacob Comstock, welcome to the stream. Into the back of Benedetto. Big push. Still can't quite get to the bottom. Newman again is a lap down currently. That is there. We're going to get around to Benedetto on the top. Big run though on the top side. In line behind Tyler Reddick. Joey Gase right in front of us. Remember, we used the outside to push Timmy Hill to the lead not that long ago in all reality. And here's Kyle Busch out of the pits. This could get interesting. Oh, everybody checks up. Hard on the brakes to go some of these guys. And hard we go into the wall. Caution is out. Oh, no. And 8 seconds of damage. There was a car up in smoke there. I believe after running into the back of Kyle Busch out of the pits. Whoever was in the lead. I don't know if that was Almirola or who that was. And that is going to bring out the caution. Busch is barely able to hold on to the lead lap, I believe. Newman will get the free pass, and Bowman, unfortunately, is going to get stuck a lap down, so that pit strategy won't work out for him. We cannot repair damage under the 5-second clock. We could take 4 fresh tires, a full tank of fuel, and get back out here. Hopefully we don't have enough damage to slow us down. I don't know how this is going to work. We definitely have a decent amount of damage after bouncing it off the wall there. A lot of cars checked up. Oh, we've got heavy damage to the radiator. Oh, we've got heavy damage to the race car. This is going to be rough. Just 37 laps to go in the Daytona 500 following caution number 6. And Jimmy Johnson's got a very heavily damaged race car. And our hopes to get him a Daytona 500 victory. Oh, a little contact with Clint Boyer even right there. Boyer tried to side draft off the side of us, so we're going to have to keep an eye on the oil temps here. Being in the draft, it might not be that well. Getting a great push on the bottom of the track, though. And we're going to have to hope this car is going to run to the very finish. Can we will this damaged race car to the win in the Daytona 500? That's true. The engine goes red. We're going to DNF, that's for sure. So we need to be careful that we don't overheat here, but there's not really a lot we can do in the middle of the pack other than maybe work the throttle. Running at about 242. Get up if it was, see, I don't know either. NASCAR Heat 4, you can run to about 260 and it would alert you. You get to about 260. If that's the same on Heat 5, that's what we're looking at, but we're not entirely sure yet. You only have to assume, carry your knowledge from prior NASCAR Heat video games. And now we get forced out of line by Ryan Preece. A little help from Brendan Gaughan, the pole sitter behind us, but 3 wide middle of the pack. And I think one more accident with this much damage might do us in. I don't think we're going to be able to survive another accident today and not DNF. Oh boy, a little contact after the push, and out to Benedetto, 4 wide for a slight moment. as we've got hooked multiple times. It was racy all race long, but it is going to get even more racier now. Cautions tend to breed other cautions. We kind of scraped the wall there off of 4. You can tell we don't have the speed ourselves. We hop out of the draft and we lose time. We're in the draft. We could still hang on, luckily, with the damaged car. It seems like at any other track that would not be the case, but we're fortunate enough here. And we've been racing aggressively pretty much all race, but racing aggressively was not the cause of us having this damage on the last caution. As Kyle Busch kind of checking the field up, coming out of the pits, he was barely able to hold on to the lead lap, but somebody else was smoking after running into the back of Kyle Busch coming out of the pits, which caused that caution. And the checkup, of course, with me getting into the wall. So there is a third car out of the race. Still not sure exactly who it is. I think it's Tyler Reddick, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, we are stuck mid-pack right now, and here is Timmy Hill. We have worked together with Timmy Hill pretty well in this race so far. We move back towards the outside in the draft. To the outside of Stenhouse. In line behind Logano, looking at about 17th or 18th right now. Logano behind Hamlin. Oh, tried to jump to the bottom behind Stenhouse and kind of got in the back of him there. Wasn't quite clear of us when we hopped down, but we hung on to it for a moment. Well, the daylight outside is about gone. In the next couple minutes it'll probably be completely dark. So the dimness on the lower left-hand corner of your screen, my video camera, it's a little darker than what it was over the last couple hours, but it's alright. Nonetheless, still looking alright for the most part. Yeah, again, we hop out of line. We just don't have the speed. We're going to need a lot of help. And it was hard to block the runs as it was. With this damage, it's going to be even more difficult. We're going to have to time it perfect if we're going to want to win the 500 here today. It was up in the air before. It's really up in the air now. Just 31 laps to go to decide the winner of the Great American Race. Grab your popcorn, grab your friends, and let's get this 500 trending here and get the viewership up before the finish of this one. If you are new and aren't already subscribed by now, we've got more daily NASCAR content with realistic live streams on NASCAR Heat 5 now on the daily, so that's what you've got to look out for. Oh, contact. Hamlin still pushing the back of Jimmy Johnson. "30 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Temperature's still running around the mid-240s. Down to that 260 mark. And we're up to 11th. Sure exactly who is leading the 500 right now. Joey Gase just about pulled up in front of us. Not enough time for him to do it. We're going to get around Gase on the outside. Back to the top 10 for Jimmy Johnson. Into the back bumper now of John Hunter Nemechek in the center of 3 and 4 on the inside of the racetrack, with Joey Gase now lined up behind us. Only 3 cars in that upper lane. Truex, Bubba Wallace, Ty Dillon. Just not enough. Truex really trying to side draft off the cars that was inside. As you can tell, he really slowed down Austin Dillon there. We tried to take it 3 wide to the bottom. Just don't quite have enough speed. 20 people watching currently as we get closer to the end of the Daytona 500. Just 28 laps to go this time by. We've got a little damage after the last caution. Another wreck, and there's a good chance we will likely DNF. Got to keep the car clean, but we probably need help if we're going to want a shot to win this race. Dennis Watkins, welcome to the stream. Single file lane on the inside for the most part. See, Austin Dillon, or sorry, Truex, Bubba Wallace, and Ty Dillon still want to work the outside if they can. I just don't think they can. Come to the inside here. Yeah, you got to update with the patch there, Dennis. Unless you have Xbox. If you have an Xbox, then they haven't patched it yet. They're still working on the Xbox patch. So that could be another issue, too. But PS4 and PC, the patches are done. Good to go. As long as you have the updated version with the patch, then it works perfectly, as you're seeing here. Top 7 slowly pulling away. I think we're kind of holding back this pack behind us a little bit, and we started losing some ground. Slowly trying to get back into it. We're kind of pulling the pack from behind us. There's, again, decent speed in the car when we're in the draft. It's just when we pull out to make a move, we're going to need a lot of help. Eric Jones kind of hung out beside his Joe Gibbs Racing teammate. That'll allow Johnson to get up to 7. Oh, now car's fanning out. John Hunter Nemechek making the move to the inside of Austin Dillon. Dillon gets fanned out. Well, Eric Jones slide in line behind us, so will he stay on the outside right behind Austin Dillon? Tough to say for sure. We're going to hop in line right behind Austin for the moment. Now back to the inside. Jones follows us. 3 wide to the bottom. Trying to side draft that left rear corner panel of Truex, and he's just able to clear us. No bump draft. Nobody got out of the gas there. Up to 6. For Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Blaney leads the field in the Daytona 500. With, I believe, Tyler Reddick in second. Looks like we got 3 rookies running second, third, and fourth. I think Christopher Bell might be up here. Actually, Bell might be in second. I don't know. It's really tough to tell. No, it's Justin Haley. So Haley's in third. Move to the inside of Truex, and a push now from Truex's teammate, Eric Jones. Surprise, Jones followed us, wanted to stay on the inside there. We're at that point, it's almost every man for themselves, unless you absolutely have teammates linked up. All the way to the top. Here is Reddick in second, with Haley in third. 3 rookies in the top 5, trying to win their first career Cup race in the Daytona 500. Actually, rather, Justin Haley did win at Daytona last July, so he does have 1 Cup Series race win. But maybe for these rookies, you never know. It could be the only chance for them to win all season. Playoff spot on the line in the most prestigious race in NASCAR. Yeah, if you're on Xbox, yeah, you got to unfortunately wait for the patch. It took about a day and a half for us, so I'd have to assume you'd have it by either late tomorrow or early Sunday morning. You'd probably have the patch updated for Xbox, and should be good to go after that. Once you update it after the patch, of course, comes out. Trying to get under Nemechek, barely loosen him up enough. Off the back bumper, getting to the inside, and clear off of turn 4. No sign of side drafting. He had no drafting help. Blaney to the top. Nemechek right behind us. Tyler Reddick to the inside for the lead on Blaney. Side draft down to the bottom. He's got help from Justin Haley. Rookie Tyler Reddick getting pushed from another rookie, Justin Haley, to the lead in the Daytona 500. Jimmy Johnson follows up to third, clearing Blaney off of 4, and down to the inside of Haley himself. Reddick leads at the line, 22 to go in the Great American Race. Yeah, feel your pain there, Dennis. Nemechek, oh, almost got into the side of Haley, trying to really desperately get around us. Reddick leads, Johnson is second. We might be holding these guys up slightly. Whatever the case, we are likely going to need help to try and get to the lead. Well, we're getting late in this one. If we get a shot to take the lead, we've got to take it. Just 21 to go this time by in the Daytona 500. Chase for 8 for Jimmy Johnson on this season as we ride along with him. Realistic broadcast as always. Nemechek being a great pusher right now down the backstretch. Not a lot of help on the top. Now Reddick comes down to block. He realizes it. Reddick had a big lead, but nothing to do with it here for Jimmy Johnson right now in second. Backing out of the gas a little bit. Giving a little separation again between Reddick and Johnson. Nemechek to the back bumper again. Need to time this run out perfectly. 20 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Oh, we got loose. We got loose after the left side's kind of touched the apron getting into turn 1. We lost a little ground. Is that the separation we need? Again, Nemechek trying to push. Multiple cars. Eric Jones in line on the inside also. Austin Dillon behind him. Reddick again back to the bottom. Oh, Reddick might have gotten a little tight in the center of the corner. Moved up for a moment. Moves back to the inside though. Nemechek still trying to push the 48 of Johnson. Reddick is not clear. I don't think he's going to try to block. Can do it. Johnson finally the inside. Big time side draft. Trying to hold him back. And the lane stalls out as they go 3 wide for third behind us. Nemechek is lost and he gets hung out to dry on the top side. Here comes Austin Dillon. 2 Camaros now together, linked up behind another Camaro, leading the field of Tyler Reddick. Just got to the inside of him and side drafted him, but we lost the help behind us. And we were only able to side draft for so long with the damage to the race car. Needing almost like an Eric Jones in the Clash this season in real life to kind of win the race. Maybe needing some help from somebody else to push us with the heavy damage to the front of the car. A very unique circumstance. Pulling out of line, Austin Dillon going to give us the push again. Ryan Blaney in line back there. Truex kind of hung out on the outside. A lot of single file motioning going on. Everybody being calm. Almost the calm before the storm at this point. This late in the race. But will Austin Dillon get us close enough so Dillon can make the pass for second and be in line right behind his teammate Reddick, or maybe even push us out far enough to get to the lead and then get in front of Reddick so the 2 RCR teammates can work together and try to win this Daytona 500. That is also possible. Big push down the back straightaway. We just don't have the speed in the car. It's very frustrating, but it's the circumstance we are in right now. We'll tighten the center of the corner. Tell you what, the car's not loose anymore after that damage. If anything, it's a little tight on the slower side. Can Reddick lead the finishing laps of the race? It isn't impossible. Everybody can make it on fuel to the end. About 10 laps roughly to the good, so even if we have multiple overtimes, we should be good to go. Austin Dillon is theirs. 15 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Here comes, oh, Blaney almost made a move for third there for a moment. Blaney is locking bumpers now with Austin Dillon. Maybe Blaney wants to go to the outside and try to make a move. Dillon couldn't quite get to our back bumper. Look at the run we've got here on Tyler Reddick. Reddick up high, kind of trying to block. This is about as close to the back bumper of Reddick as we have been since getting up to second place. A little bit of help now from Austin Dillon as well. 14 to go. Blaney to the outside. Blaney for third. Almirola back in the mix again. And as they are no longer single file, that just breaks the run that we had. A little tight again. Austin Dillon now with the push. I'll tell you what, if we get back alongside of the race leader, Reddick, once again, like we did about 5 laps ago, I think we're going to have to be much more aggressive with the side drafting than what we were. Because, I mean, just by the looks of this, I don't know if we're going to have many more chances to get to the lead. So close in this one to a possible win in the Daytona 500. Sam Stone, welcome to the stream. Sorry for that little bit of a lag there I just saw on the channel, but we're good to go now. Up the hill a little bit. I don't know how Austin Dillon was able to hold on to third when Blaney got to the outside of him. I'm going to be completely honest. Look at the run now on Tyler Reddick all of a sudden. And down the back straightaway, we're kind of pulling Austin Dillon, though. That is... Here comes Johnson to the inside for the lead in the Daytona 500. Big side draft, perfectly done. No contact was made either. And here comes Jimmy Johnson. Finally able to strike. Austin Dillon with the push. Hanging his RCR teammate out to dry. Blaney and Jones working the top side now behind Reddick. Austin Dillon has pushed. Jimmy Johnson in the lead. Just 11 laps to go in the Daytona 500. But can we block the runs with the damaged race car? 2 RCR cars side by side for second off the 2. Reddick on the top, Austin Dillon on the bottom. You've seen aggressive blocks all day. You're going to see even more of them now. Trying to control the lines with the damaged cars. Jimmy Johnson in quest in the final season to win the Daytona 500. With this custom schedule, every win matters in the quest for the championship. With the tough playoff season ahead. 10 to go, still leading. 3 wide now for second. Almirola's in the mix. So close to winning the 500 just 2 years ago. Austin Dillon back towards the top. Barely blocked him off. Oh, now to the outside. Trying to block the 8 of Reddick. And here comes the 10 of Almirola trying to side draft. And we lost the run. Eric Almirola to the lead down the back straightaway. Austin Dillon lined up with his RCR teammate of Tyler Reddick now. Almirola to the lead. Johnson back up to second in front of Reddick. 10 laps now down to 9. With the Smithfield Ford of Almirola in the front in the 500. Great super speedway racer. 2 wins on super speedways before. Johnson with another great run to the inside. A side draft off that left rear corner panel. And a push from Reddick. Too little too late. Almirola able to hold on to the lead for now. Another big run down the backstretch. Oh, he just about blocked us off, but not in time. Johnson again to the inside through 3 and 4. Blaney all the way on the top. Oh, a little loose. Center of the corner, trying to go up the track to side draft him again. Here comes Reddick now with the push. Tyler Reddick all over the back bumper of the 48. Almirola leads the lap again at the line. How are we not even making contact with the aggressive side drafting going on right now? I don't know, but Look at Blaney by himself on the top, working the outer lane. Side draft in the middle lane there, led by Ryan Preece. And Reddick has pushed Johnson maybe to the lead. Can't quite clear the 10 car yet. He is still there. Let's go. Barely clear down the backstretch again. Johnson to the lead. Stacking up the outside, further back behind again. Will we stay green to the finish of the race? 8 laps to go. Actually 7 this time by, my bad. 7 laps to go in the Daytona 500 this time by. Jimmy Johnson looking for Daytona 500 victory number 3 in his career. Adding to the legacy of the 48 car and trying to break the long-awaited losing streak that he is currently on. Reddick has a big run. He's getting pushed from Eric Jones on the bottom. The outside's only really got 2 cars, maybe 3. Ty Dillon might go down to the inside into the corner. Yes, now 3. Blaney jumps to the outside further back there. Outside might need more cars or a little bit more side drafting help as we got a little loose there off of turn 4. Holding on to the lead slightly again. Controlling the lanes, 6 to go. I don't believe the runs are over yet, though. That's the problem. And look at Austin Dillon. Almost made it 3 wide on Eric Jones. Oh, got a little tight into turn 1. Maybe stacking the inside up. Nice block back to the bottom on Reddick. Tyler Reddick, the rookie. His 2nd career Daytona 500, though. And technically his 3rd career race trying to get the win. We've seen that happen before. Trevor Bayne won in his 3rd career race in the Daytona 500 back in 2011. 2 lanes formed now. Jones with a big run on the top. Side drafting Reddick. 2 lanes a lot harder to block than 1, and that's what you're going to see here. Off of 4. 5 laps to go in the Daytona 500 for Jimmy Johnson. Not going to lie, my heart is racing right now. This is intense, knowing the circumstances with the damaged car. Clean air is helpful, but how helpful will it be to the finish? They're side drafting enough back there. It's looking all right. Look at Blaney to the double yellow line on the inside, making a 3 wide move to the bottom. Is Reddick going to pull in front of him because Blaney's got a big run? And Reddick does pull in front. Now he goes back up to side draft Eric Jones a little bit more. Jones won the July race in Daytona back in 2018. Now trying to win the big one. Dillon sandwiched in the middle back there. And a 3 wide battle for 4th. 4 to go. This is awesome, I'm not going to lie. Oh, Johnson getting quite a ways out ahead of Reddick and Jones. They side drafted each other so much. Blaney, that 12 car is so fast. Blaney to the inside. Reddick to the top in front of Jones. Johnson has too big of a lead. Blaney now for 2nd to the bottom. This is going to be a big run off of turn 4 to the line, coming to 3 to go for these guys back in 2nd once they stop side drafting each other enough. 3 to go. Will we stay green to the end? If we get to the white flag, the next flag ends the race. Whether it is the caution or the checker. Kind of singling out a little bit. Blaney is good on these super speedway tracks. And here he goes to the outside. Down the back stretch, he's blocked off for now. It leaves the bottom open for Ty Dillon, who doesn't have a lot of help. Maybe his older brother Austin can join behind him. No, Reddick hops in line in front of his RCR teammate Austin Dillon. Johnson getting quite a ways out ahead again. 2 laps to go, this time by in the Daytona 500. More cars forming into this back, or the back of this lead pack. Dillon in 2nd, Blaney on the outside though, battling him. Seems like more cars have been running the outside than the inside here in the last handful of laps. The outside might be the way to go to the finish. We've seen passes up there. We've made one ourselves for the lead. Multiple times, might I add. Whether it's us pushing or getting pushed. Blaney with a crossover now on Dillon to the inside. Dillon with the block. We got a little tight there. Just able to get down in front of Ty Dillon into 3 and 4. White flag in the air. 500. Blaney pulls out of line. Reddick follows on the outside again behind him. Now back in line again. Who will make the move? Likely down the back stretch on the final lap. This is what everybody came and stayed for. The finish of the Daytona 500 here on NASCAR Heat 5. Ty Dillon in the driver's seat. The hot seat. The leader, Jimmie Johnson. Down the backstretch. Dillon towards the top. Up the block. Blaney to the inside. He's got Tyler Reddick there. Dillon back to block to the bottom again through 3 and 4. Ty Dillon in the draft trying to make a run. Will it be enough? Blocking the double yellow line. Blaney to the outside. It's too little too late. Jimmie Johnson wins the Daytona 500. Third career Daytona 500 victory for Jimmie Johnson. With a damaged race car and all. Oh, jeez. Oh, man, the burnout ended pretty quickly there. But, hey, we got the win nonetheless. Unbelievable. Jimmie back in the playoffs again after missing last season as well. CW2288, welcome. And we broke the stream record right at the finish there. 29 people watching. Right at the finish. Awesome. Jimmie Johnson with the win. I don't know how we hung on to it those last 6 laps after taking the lead. But we did. Ty Dillon second. Blaney third. Tyler Reddick fourth. Clint Boyer fifth. Eric Almirola sixth. Austin Dillon seventh. And he had Almirola eighth. Ryan Preece ninth. And Justin Haley rounds out the top 10. 7 cautions total in the race today. 6 cautions total in the race today. And we had a 34-lap green flag run to the finish. Not many cars DNF'd. Bubba Wallace finished a lap down at the end there. 35 drivers finished on the lead lap. Bowman got caught a lap down under that last caution. The only 3 DNFs, Cole Custer, Daniel Suarez, and William Byron, failed to finish this race. And Johnson with the regular season points lead after race 1. Sith Lord 92, welcome. Cody Johnson as well. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And what a great race. Not only to win the Daytona 500 first time out, but we go 2 for 3 in speed weeks to start NASCAR Heat 5. We had a tough break in the Xfinity race, but to win the Daytona 500, that's awesome. With Jimmie Johnson, final season, chase for 8, and we're going to have a shot because we're in the playoffs. Now we got to go after the regular season title and get as many wins as possible during the course of this season, which will be tough with this schedule, and especially with the playoff schedule. We need as many playoff points as possible. Now that we've won the 500, we can strictly focus on points throughout the course of the season because, again, every race matters. But unbelievable job. Well done here today. And there's Jimmie Johnson with the Harley Ray Earl Trophy in victory lane in the Daytona 500 once again. Yep, no stages for this season at least. The full race and all, Jimmie Johnson wins the Daytona 500. Awesome job, man. Awesome. Actually looks like Jimmie, too. That's good. Not all the drivers look like they're generator drivers, but Jimmie Johnson looks pretty accurate there. Unbelievable. We have the fastest lap, 44.228. 80 laps led in this one. Wow, we led the most laps by far. I did not think we led that many, but we did lead the most. Didn't have a great qualifying effort. Started 35th, finished first. Denny Hamlin had the tough break, started 4th, but finished at the back of the lead lap in 33rd. He was up front at times, but not very consistently at least. And that is going to do it for this one, guys. We have a double header of action. If you're new to the channel, you enjoy NASCAR on the daily, or NASCAR Heat for that matter, hit the subscribe button. We've got daily full race live streams with a realistic broadcast, as you saw here tonight, for this Daytona 500. And you will see 2 races tomorrow, 1 Cup and 1 Xfinity, because we have to make up for not having any races yesterday. So a couple double headers the next 2 days to try and make up for it. Of course, I got Bristol All-Star race coming up next week too, so I might end up missing that day streaming also. So that's the reason why we're going to be having double headers right out of the gate here, simply for those cases. Charlotte Xfinity Series, next full race live stream tomorrow. Second race of that custom schedule. And then the second race of the custom schedule for the Cup Series will be tomorrow as well, in the evening hours at Dover. So be sure for that one. Like and share this video because it was epic. Of course, hit the like button if you did enjoy the race commentary video.